Welcome to pregame coverage of Grandville Bulldogs football on game night on Michigan Sports Radio. This broadcast is presented by Farmers Insurance, Bennett Center Agency in Wyoming. For all auto, home, specialty, life, and commercial insurance needs, see what a center can do for you. Call today at 616-980-4949 or visit at 2240 28th Street Southwest in Wyoming. Thank you for tuning in to today's broadcast, and go Dogs! 2025 is here, and on the phone, the head coach of the Grandville Bulldogs, Eric Stiegel, and was it now your 12th season? How are you tonight, Coach? And thanks as always for your time joining us.
Hey, I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
All right, let's get rolling because this is a really exciting team. Let's kind of talk big picture first off. You know, a lot of guys that are 3-4-year returners lost some big pieces from last year from a team that did so much and went on that run, taking down Rockford and so much. Tell us about what camp has been like so far and what the excitement around this team is for you and the staff.
Well, it was a great off season, and a great spring.
Weights have been lifted.
Thank you for tuning in to Dogs. Yeah, that's exciting to hear. Look, and welcome back, everyone, to Game Night here on Michigan Sports Radio, along with Dogs Plus, the podcast here. And what a win it was in Week 1 for the Grandville Bulldogs, and this guy certainly a big part of it. Jayden Terry is back with us. He's been with us now, of course, 4 years up on varsity. You've joined the show at least once a year all these seasons. Jayden, first off, how are you doing, and how excited are you to roll into the season right here, especially coming off such a big win?
I'm doing really good. That one was so good to keep us going into the next week. I'm just ready for this week. I'm so ready. We just got out of practice, so prepping for CASS Tech is just something that's going to be really fun to watch.
Yeah, let's break it in. Let's talk about Muskegon first. 44-40, the win in that one, a back-and-forth game. And the one word that came to mind with me, and again, whenever you beat Muskegon, and this was an old-school Muskegon effort too, they were running the football. They were doing a lot of the things they traditionally have done again. But the word that came to mind for me was gutsy, in terms of you guys coming from behind in the second half. The offense had kind of stalled out at one point in the third quarter, and you guys just found a way to fight through. Tell us about what that means first team-wide for the confidence to have that sort of performance, come from behind, and prove that you guys can win a game in the way that you did.
Oh, yeah. We bet down, countless of times, last season. So it was nothing new. We just got to, have heart, continue playing. Steve called some crazy plays, and I was like, oh, okay, and, end up working out and, we celebrating after the win.
That's right. At one point in time, breaking out like a broken flex bone formation with the two quarterbacks connecting on a touchdown pass. And it was definitely a game that he cooked some things up, and we'll see what hopefully he's got cooked up for CASS Tech as well. Let's talk about your performance, because once again, there's not a player that just goes off in Week 1 better than you seem to do every year. I think you had, 5 touchdowns the last 2 years. You had a couple touchdowns your freshman year, but this may be your best performance. 273 yards, 3 touchdowns, played defensively as well. Where's your confidence at after you put together that sort of performance, including the long-range touchdown runs within that stat line?
I always got to be confident, and I don't think a lot of people are kind of ready Week 1, but I look at Week 1 and I'm like, yo, I cannot wait getting on this field. So I'm gonna go all out. And yeah, I was talking to my dad yesterday, and we were like, where do we rank this game as your best games? And he was saying it has to be top 3. I'm like, shoot, maybe, but I wasn't really looking at it like that. But yeah, defensive wise, I was playing okay. I would thought I would play better, but the veer is a little tricky. Got me a couple times, but yeah, I thought I played great.
I have a tendency, and we kind of said it on the broadcast, I have a tendency to somewhat agree with your dad, just in terms of the impact of when you had some of the big plays and some of the big runs. The 86-yarder stands out, but maybe for as impressive as the 86-yarder was, the way you outran the defense, the one that opened the game, was it 56-yarder? I think was maybe
like that.
that was maybe a more impressive run coming early in the game because the way that you kind of just broke out of that, massive humanity, that pile. Take us through on that first touchdown run of yours of the night, what you saw, and then what's going through your head all of a sudden when you break out in the green grass.
Yeah, so when I first got the ball, I was like, yo, this is like I'm getting off like first couple carries in the game, and like I'm like, going through that little pile like you said, and then I see green grass on the other side of the field. I was like, oh yeah, it's go time. Took off, and then like I was so hyped after that play. I didn't even know what I was doing at that point. And then like after I was done celebrating, and I just realized how gassed I was, and I was like, man, I have to go back on defense. And like my coaches were telling me no celebrating after plays because I just get gassed.
Oh, that's funny. I mean, listen, up in the booth, I mean, you caused a bit of an issue for me because we're breaking out a new soundboard on games this year, and I didn't quite have the levels figured out where they needed to be for like the first time that I had a more excited call. So like I spiked all the audio levels. So I was in the same place where I went a little overboard as well. But once again, I mean, third play of the season, breaking out of the pile, and away you go. I mean, it just adds on to the excitement that certainly we saw in that opener. Let's move on from the Muskegon win. We'll talk about Cass Tech and some other things later. But the original reason, regardless what happened week one, we were going to have you on for this first show of the year is you've made your college decision. It's a family legacy decision. I think it's a really, really neat decision. I'm excited to see you, except for 1 week of the year, playing at this school that you're going to go to, going to Ferris State, following in your dad's footsteps. Take us through really just, top of the line. We know all the offers you had and everything the last few years. Why Ferris State? I mean, it's a simple answer probably for you, but why Ferris State in the end?
I'm gonna say this for the first time on media, but anchor's down. But
I'm glad that I'm the one that you say it to. Thank you.
Yeah, but it came down to a lot of things, but it was, some of the schools that I've been offered by wasn't there anymore, and like I was gonna explain this over social media, but I just haven't. But yeah, it like most of those max were just gone, and like it was like it came down to, do I want to play FCS ball farther away, or do I want to play at the best D2 college right at home?
Yeah, no, it
just came to that.
Yeah, no, I think I think when you look at the again, coaches are going to change, things are going to move around, and when you have an opportunity to go and play for this program, especially where modern college football is at, where you're going to have a chance to prove yourself and be able to prove yourself at a program that is going to be able to utilize your skill set. I mean, tell us about how excited you are. I was talking to your dad a little bit about this at the scrimmage as well. I mean, have you kind of talked to the staff and maybe Coach Neese about the different ways that they might be able to use you? Because, again, as a Grand Valley alum and fan, I'm a little bit terrified of some of the ways that you may fit into that, Muskegon offensive attack.
Yeah, I was told this word, and I got real excited, but I'm stay calm until I get there. But defense,
okay,
there might be a little defense being thrown in there. But yeah, of course I'll be playing running back. But yeah, I don't know what they're gonna use me for. I mean, I can adjust to anything, so I'm just ready to play.
Yeah, no, I mean, you think about that staff, like what they've done with Brady Rose and the way that they developed his talent over the last couple of years from a guy that, played both sides with great speed and, skill and intelligence like what you have. I think it's going to be exciting to see the way that you're utilized up there. And again, I mean, tell us about, again, the family element, the fact that, your dad, of course, is really kind of a legend of that school in terms of the running back position, how cool it is to be able to follow in his footsteps and go to Ferris State.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna be rocking Ferris State all the time. I'm like that's my boy. Like my dad is for real, like my best friend. So like we're gonna have a time at Ferris, man. Like yeah, following his footsteps is just truly a blessing. And like I'm just gonna try to outshow what he did, and so I can talk smack saying I'm a better running back than he was. but yeah, it's gonna be fun. Talking ball with him.
Yeah, for sure. Mention defense. We'll kind of move back into this season, looking ahead. Your defensive role, we've seen it growing over the last couple of years, and this year probably the largest role that you've had on that side of the ball, and in kind of a unique, hybrid safety linebacker edge, almost that kind of old school Viper type position that Michigan used to run with a guy all over the field. Tell us about the pride, the effort that you've put into defense, and what it kind of takes to be able to play that hybrid role, and how much fun you're having on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, see, like, defense was my first love. I'm never gonna lose that, and just to be able to like stop someone from doing something they want to do is just a great feeling. And like, yeah, defense is a blast, man. We have so much energy on defense. Just like being able to just have fun and just doing what we do. It's fun. It's real fun being able to play like 5 different positions and doing something great at each one.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'll tell you what, it's been difficult for me to try to build a spotting chart for your defense this year because Casey's just got so many guys playing in so many different places. It's hard to even figure out what, position to call anyone. So it's been a fun defense to watch, and I'm excited to see the growth that unit continues to have throughout the season as well. Before we talk about Cass Tech, let's also talk a little bit more about growth. I feel like I was having a similar conversation 4 years ago about you, but there is another Terry coming. Jordan is now a freshman. Tell us a little bit about his game, playing on the JV team, maybe a little bit of fifth quarter type of stuff as well this year. But how excited should Dogs fans be about what he's going to bring to the table in the years to come?
He's actually like right next to me right now.
Okay.
So since we got out of practice, he's right next to me. But yeah, I'm gonna be real excited to see what he does. I mean, I don't know what we're gonna do with him, but yeah, he's just gonna ball out like he usually does. I mean, he's a little nicked up right now, but as soon as he gets back, I already know he's gonna do some special things. And like, if he ends up coming up to the varsity level, you might just see 2 Terrys in the backfield, and it's going to be a problem.
Man, that'd be so cool. I was watching him some in the scrimmage, and if anyone out there has also had a chance to watch him, like, he came out of a pile on like a stretch run, and it was the exact same stride. I'm like, here we go. I've seen that stride with Cam, seen it with you, and it just keeps coming, and that's I'm excited. It's going to be awesome and it's been well spaced out here. You guys, each get your 3 or 4 years to be able to shine and help this program along the way. All right, let's talk about it. Cass Tech this week, the number 1 team in the state. We know the talent they have, and they're coming off a really big win against Central Catholic out of Toledo, one of the best teams in the state of Ohio. Tell us about your excitement, first off, to be able to play the number 1 team in the state and have a chance to make a statement, maybe in a similar way to what like Howell did last year when they took on Belleville at the time with the T team versus the top-ranked team in the state.
Oh yeah, see, like it was always been rumored if we were gonna play them or not, and like it finally happened, and like I'm just so excited to play this team because like they're on the top. Everyone's saying these dudes are gonna win it again, and like we gotta just show out. I mean, it don't get better than playing, the number 1 team. Like, so, I mean, that's why we play football. We play football to compete. We want to compete with the best. So, I mean, Siegel is known for playing the best team, so he's going to go at it.
Yeah, I mean, he couldn't have scheduled anyone tougher to play and to play them on the road as well coming up on Friday night. I mean, kind of just break it down, describe the execution level it's going to take versus a team like this. What are some of the key things, without getting into the game plan, but some of those key things in terms of the focus, the execution that the team has to have to be able to win some of those one-on-one matchups and find a way to beat a team that, again, they don't see the T very often. So when you're looking at that side of the ball, there could be a bit of an advantage.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people say it's going to end up looking a lot like how Pickens North was. I mean, they're kind of like a similar team. They got a lot of Division I athletes. I mean, we don't got that many people that are just gonna go play on the next level. We got a lot of people that are just playing, other sports, committed to other sports. So I mean, it's gonna be a battle. I mean, we're gonna have to stick to our fundamentals. We're going to have to make sure it's 11 versus 11, like Steele had said today. He had broke that down. He was like, we got to make sure it's not a 1v1. Can't just have, just 2 players going at it. We got to make sure it's 11 people going against 11 people. We figure that's going to be the best way to take on this team.
It's going to be a heck of a ball game and a chance for one heck of a statement for the Grandville Bulldogs. And this guy, Jayden Terry, certainly will be a very, very big part of it. Tank, thanks for your time tonight, as always, and good luck this week.
Thank you.
All right, Jayden Terry here on Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio. To the 20, and he's gone. Touchdown, Easton Sadinsky. The Bulldogs get the football. Unbelievable. There goes Terry, touchdown, Granville. Pressure coming, down he goes. Lyman busting through. The junior shot out of a cannon. Jump pass, caught Connolly. He's got the speed. He had 2 returns last year against Caledonia. Easton Sadinsky, touchdown, Granville. Dogs back on top. Brings the pressure, and down he goes. It's Braylon Haney on the sack. Shut down. Reed Graverson and Garrett Naraki. To Jayden Terry again. Easy touchdown. Jayden with his second of the night. Welcome to MGN on Michigan Sports Radio. And hello, everyone, and welcome to Game Night. Welcome to Motown. We're in downtown Detroit at Cass Tech High School for one of the top matchups in the state of Michigan. We've got Bulldogs radio coverage here tonight on Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer outside the press box in what's become a beautiful night here, CT. A bit of a windy evening. We've got a lot to get to, though, tonight on our Bennett Center Farmers Insurance Agency pregame show. Cannot wait to bring it all to you, but I'm excited for this one. I think there's going to be some explosive plays, but either way, we're going to see 2 of the best teams in the state of Michigan. 2 teams that, I don't know, maybe this is a preview of a game that might take place a couple blocks over come November.
Yeah, there were some whispers of that going around in the pregame a little bit, and yeah, you look at the Cass Tech team that's fresh off their D1 state championship last season, defeating OK Red Hudsonville last year in the title game, and a Grandville team that is kind of looking to build. We talked about that last week. They're able to get a big win against a really good Muskegon program last week, build a little bit of momentum, try to get another really big win for them in their program here tonight in week 2.
Yeah, we've got a lot to get to in the Center Agency pregame show. We still got about 12 minutes here. Both teams have wrapped up their warm-ups, gone back to the locker room. We're getting set for this one to rock and roll here tonight, CT. And with that, for the first time this year, we didn't have a chance last week for that fast-moving broadcast. Let's roll in to Chandler's chalkboard. A lot of key things to talk about with this game and this matchup as the Bulldogs try to take down the number 1 team in the state of Michigan tonight. The first point is kind of a simple point. It's a game of 1D chess. You talk about 3 or 4D chess a lot of times, but for Grandville in this game, yes, they have to be able to get off the edge. They have to be able to rush the quarterback. That's something that's been mentioned by Coach Stiegel out there earlier to us. But their ability to stop the inside run game today for Cass Tech, force this team to become one-dimensional one way or the other, probably easiest to stop the inside run. The Bulldogs did do pretty well last week against Muskegon. That's going to be a critical point.
Yeah, I think that's kind of what you look at when you look at what the strengths of this Grandville defense are, at least on paper. If they can take away that run game on the early downs on 1st and 2nd, limit the inside, the interior run game, you get into those longer down and distances, 3rd and longs, that's when you can really start to focus on the pass a little bit. You get them in some obvious passing situations. That's when you can kind of build in some of those pressures. You can really pin your ears back, go after the quarterback. Defensive coordinator center can also send some blitzes and vary the looks a little bit that way too, but it all starts with stopping the run game on the early downs.
And we're going to talk about where they get dangerous in the pass game in just a minute because they got some talent here in Cass Tech. Everyone knows that, of course. They won the state championship with all of that talent a year ago. But from there, in his bag, Coach Stiegel, what does he have up his sleeve? We saw a few things last week, but Grandville, for the most part, especially the run game, they kept it really vanilla. A couple little, split formations where they went into a flex bone or a double wing type look, and they used some motion. They did some creative things in the pass game, but I think they left quite a bit still on there. I think they were able to beat Muskegon with a pretty vanilla, at least, run game, and Cass Tech doesn't see the T a lot. Yeah. I think those chunk plays tonight could come from Coach Stiegel breaking out some things that maybe we haven't seen a ton of before.
Yeah, definitely. He's got some of those formations in the playbook that he can break out at times. Definitely Cass Tech not being familiar with the T offense in general is going to be difficult for them to try to adjust to, but if they're starting to figure things out, they think they've got it. All of a sudden, Coach Stiegel can go run a completely different formation that they haven't even prepared for out there and potentially break the game open that way and just a completely another look.
Lastly, a point, I think this is a statement otherwise, but it's something that has gotten broken out in our kind of personal group chats over the years with some of the players that, Michigan and stuff, they had a certain 5-star corner that made some big plays the last couple years. And that's the notion of, and I know they, based on where you look, some are 4, some are 5. We're going to say it. 5-star, been a 5-star. Jayden Terry, Coach Stiegel have talked a lot about that this game has to be made an 11 versus 11 game. You can't get into that one-on-one matchup game. Cass Tech wants to do the opposite. Donald Tabron II is a sophomore who had Michigan and Michigan State offers before he ever played a snap of high school football. He has 24 of the suckers now. CJ Sadler, he's on his way to play both sides of the ball at UNC next year. They have a ton of talent besides then as well. This is a team that if Cass Tech is able to win up front and they're able to get those matchups one-on-one down the field, they allow for Tabron with time to make plays, they're going to absolutely chew you up.
Yeah, they definitely will. I mean, it's just one of those games where you have to realize they're going to have the individual skill. They're going to have the advantage. They're looking to play that style of game. They're going to trust their athletes to go out there and make some plays. And for Grandville, I mean, it's the complete opposite. Plays hand in hand there. They're trying to make it 11-on-11 game. You know, if you're one-on-one against a lot of these guys, they're going to win those matchups. But if you can make it a entire unit out there trying to confuse them, of course, the T offense kind of naturally is working as a unit along the line, and then defensively working as a unit to try to give some confusing looks to the opposing team. I think both that's going to be the struggle both ways. Cass Tech trying to make it the one-on-one, Grandville trying to make it the team game.
Couple notes here. It's been windy. The wind's starting to die. Beautiful night. Sun is starting to settle on our eyes, as you can probably see on our in the booth camera. But another interesting factor to watch. We've been joking with a couple people. They have U.S. Open rough out here. There's some long grass. I don't know if they're looking to slow down Jayden Terry, but that certainly is going to be something to watch out here. Pretty old school. We have real grass, but a little bit of an old school playing surface, and it's a long playing surface as well tonight.
Yeah, it definitely is. Very thick out there, and we'll see how that affects some of the playmakers out on the outside. If that slows them down a little bit, maybe helps these defenses out, they'll probably take it, because there's a good chance we see a lot of points here tonight.
That might be the only thing that keeps us out of the 60s, the way that this game certainly could be setting up tonight. We got a lot more to get to on our Center Agency pregame show. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back here from downtown Detroit in Cass Tech.
Are you having a hard time hearing tonight's game? Hi, I'm Brock Conkle from Michigan Sports Radio, and after putting it off for many years, I decided to contact Miracle Ear and get my hearing tested, and sure enough, had significant hearing loss. The friendly staff at Miracle Ear fitted me with hearing aids, and life is so much more enjoyable being able to hear the things that I've been missing. Go to miracle-ear.com to schedule your free hearing evaluation. There's a location near you.
Graduation?
We've got you covered. Office party?
Let us handle it.
Sports?
Give us a call.
Come on down and see us at Detroit Wing Company at Knapp's Crossing, or give us a call, 616-214-8329. We'll take care of all your catering needs. Come on, guys, get back to work. Get on the line. Let's go.
The Grand Rapids Sports Hall of Fame celebrates the city's rich sports history by honoring prominent West Michigan athletes and those who have contributed greatly to sports on a local, state, or national level. A class is elected each year and then honored at an induction ceremony in the fall. They also prevent annual events in support of West Michigan athletics, and they raise funds to support local youth organizations and charities. Follow them on Facebook or check out the pictures and biographies of all 181 inductees at grsof.com.
Welcome back downtown Detroit. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer, just a couple blocks away from Ford Field, from Comerica Ballpark, where I think there's a game that's about to start, so that's going to be fun when we're leaving here in a few hours. But a beautiful night here, certainly for baseball and for football here in Motown. And CT, as we work our way through our Center Agency pregame show, take a look at a couple of talking points. Talk about the big guys up front. Offensive line for both of these teams is a strength of the units in a lot of ways, and they both have got some guys. Daniel Wiley, 3-year starter, 2-year captain for the Bulldogs. We've seen him move positions all over the field the last couple of years. What a smart, intelligent player he is. And then Khalif Canty Jr., he's on his way to Missouri, 3-star, 305 pounds, protects at left tackle. These are teams that really like to lean on their offensive line, and these two long-standing captains at tackle do a lot of the heavy lifting there.
Yeah, they sure do. I think they're a little differently in their style of play. Wiley, a little more athletic and get out and move, and plays well in this offense where the linemen are pulling, and he's able to get out in front of some of these runs from his tackle position as well. But Canty on the other side of things is just a true anchor along that offensive line, a guy that can really pass protect, can also get into the second level in the run game. So you got a couple guys that really do a tremendous job, kind of the stars along that offensive line, and pride themselves on this style of football.
All right, let's take a look at a couple of the other head-to-head matchups that you're going to find out there. Here's a big one. Here's the one everybody is talking about. Jayden Terry on his way to Ferris State. He had 3 touchdowns, 273 yards last week. And then the leading defensive back, C.J. Sadler, talked about him playing all over on both sides of the ball for Cass Tech in a little bit of an interesting role. A guy that normally defends the pass so much, he's going to be a little bit more in that run protect, especially sealing the edge on some of those Jayden stretch plays. I would not be surprised to see 28 in maroon, or 28 in white, I guess, and 1 in green come head-to-head multiple times tonight.
Yeah, you definitely have to expect those guys going to meet out in the open field at least a couple times. When you look at what Jayden Terry and a lot of his big productive runs is where he goes off tackle and then kind of bounces it to the outside down along the sideline, and a lot of times that's where you're asking on defense, you're asking your corner to that side to have to step up and play a little bit more physical in the run game, and that's likely going to be Sadler on multiple occasions. See if he's able to meet his match there and try to take down the tank out in the open field.
On the other side of the field, we talked about Josh Crater in this segment last week. We'll do it again right here. He goes up against Donald Tabron II. Again, incredibly talented quarterback, just pure ability to launch the football. If he's given a clean pocket, he can really pick you apart. This Grandville secondary, they have a couple of nick-ups and a couple of guys out tonight, including Keegan Kroll at outside backer and safety that is going to not play tonight for Grandville with that injury going back to last week. But you look at that matchup right there. Crater led the team last year in interceptions. The Bulldogs secondary is going to have to do things to make the sophomore quarterback uncomfortable, along with, of course, the pass rush getting home, but the secondary going to have to make his life difficult as well.
Yeah, they sure will, and it kind of goes back to one of the keys to the game for Cass Tech is that's kind of the one-on-one matchup they're looking to make. It's going to be Grandville, that unit as a secondary as a whole, really trying to confuse Tabron in order to make things difficult, but Crater kind of the face of that, especially here tonight, minus a couple guys in that secondary. So what are they able to do to kind of mix up the looks, show some different variations of that defense to try to keep the young quarterback, keep his eyes elsewhere, and make his life a little more difficult in the backfield.
Bulldogs have found their way out onto the playing surface, gathered around Coach Stiegel right now on their sideline. We wait for Cass Tech and Coach Rushing to do the same in just a minute. The reigning state champions, the Cass Tech Technicians, the one X factor in this game, they don't see this kind of offense too often. We talk about Coach Stiegel being able to get creative. We've seen this game before. We saw last year Pick North, some other high-scoring games as well. Grandville has an ability. You think it's a T, you think it's a ball control offense. Do not be surprised to see a lot of points on that scoreboard. I hope it goes high enough.
Yeah, we'll see. We're definitely going to find out. We saw it a little bit last week in the matchup against Muskegon. Both teams putting up a lot of points. I think we're probably going to see a very similar type thing here tonight. Of course, Cass Tech's offense, you know how high-powered they are and the stars that they have, but this Grandville offense, especially playing against a team that's kind of still learning and just has really only had 1 week to try to prepare for such a complex offense, can be a little bit difficult. And so I think you're going to see probably a lot of back and forth and a lot of points going up on the board.
Technicians getting ready to come out onto the field right now as well, and here they come, the reigning state champions in all green. Onto the field and ready to rock and roll here tonight. They run through the cheerleaders, return to their sideline, and with that, we're going to step aside for the national anthem. Be right back here from downtown Detroit. It's a top 10 clash in the state. Grandville, Cass Tech, a big week 2 battle.
Kellermeyer Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Providing quality, reliable service since 1996.
Looking for a great place to buy a used truck or car? Check out Extreme Truck and Auto Center, located at 1098 O'Malley Drive in Coopersville. They have a huge selection of trucks, cars, vans, and SUVs. Stop by their lot or give them a call at 616-384-3777. You can check out their inventory at xtacenter.com.
For exceptional oral care from Grand Rapids to Reed City, trust the Center for Oral Surgery and Dental Implants. With 2 convenient locations in Rockford and Grand Rapids, we make even complex procedures seem easy. Whether you need wisdom teeth removed, multiple tooth extractions, or a dental implant consultation, we offer flexible scheduling. Our team works seamlessly with your general dentist to provide safe and accessible care. Call us today at 616-361-7327 or visit GrandRapidsOralSurgery.com.
The Michigan Achievement Scholarship is funding every grad, every path. And odds are, your high school senior or recent grad will qualify for free money for community college, public or private university, or career training, no matter their GPA. And the scholarship is less income-based than you might expect. Wherever your child is headed, there's free money to get them where they want to go. Learn more at mi.gov/achievement.
Mom, it's happening again. The internet froze. It's just buffering over and over.
Sounds like we need faster internet.
Back to school starts with better internet. Get Surf Fiber Fast Internet today for just $30 a month with AutoPay. Visit surfinternet.com.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing. Gentlemen, please remove your caps. Gentlemen, please remove your caps. Military personnel, please make the appropriate salute. All others, please place your hand over your heart as we honor America as the Cass Technical High School Marching Band plays the national anthem.
All right, thank you to the Cass Tech Marching Band. Ready to go. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer, downtown Detroit. Cass Tech High School, the reigning champions, and the GRANDVILLE Bulldogs with the big win last week over Muskegon to open the year. The Bulldogs, as their captains, get ready to come on the field in the all-traveling whites. White top, white bottom. Numbers are in maroon. The helmet is also maroon. White stripes down the center and the block. GRANDVILLE white G on either side. Cass Tech, the all home greens. Numbers and trimming are in white, and the helmet has the Cass Tech CT across for Chandler Timmer. Across the either side of it, like you see on your game center screen. We are ready to rock and roll here in just a moment, Chandlers. We're going to get to find out a lot of questions early, and what we expect, and as we mentioned, is in all likelihood going to be a very explosive game tonight.
Yeah, I think right away you'll be able to see how well prepared the Technicians' defense is for a unique offense when they don't see very often in the tee. And then also on the other side of things, we'll see how aggressive right out of the gate Cass Tech's offense is. They last week in the second half really exploded in the pass game. Felt like they found a groove there. We'll see if they get to it right away. Of course, the wind is still stronger than we're expecting it to be later on in the game, and could be a little bit more of an affect the passing game early on. See if they're willing to throw it around right away.
It will be sophomore Oren Kuyok and the Bulldogs receiving to begin this game. And this week, the Family Fair Tailgate Special is Frito-Lay snacks buy 2 and get 1 free. Visit shopfamilyfair.com for all the specials. The ball is teed up and ready to go. Leighton Kelly, the junior, wears 80 in the home green uniforms. He's got it marked out, has the wind at his back, right to left across your radio dial. Kuyok stands back as the lone deep man at the 10-yard line. Kelly strides forward, left foot through the ball, and a low driver punches down in the turf, taken by Jaden Brown outside the left, numbers at the 20. Broke a tackle at the 30, pushes through a pile to the 35, and falls his way all the way ahead to the 40-yard line. Good return there from the up man Brown as that ball kind of got caught in the turf a little bit on a low short kick. They were trying to keep it away from the sophomore speedster. And here comes the Bulldog offense. One of the big talking points right here certainly is Jeffrey Fogelsonger. Nicked up last week, played late in the ball game after Josh Crater had a bit of a nick up of his own. But he is back and ready to go. Keegan Kroll is out tonight. That much we do know. Carter Jarsma takes his place. Key, Schackermeyer, Smith, Peters, Wiley across the offensive line. Terry in the backfield along with Braylon Haney, DJ Hardiman. 4 down front, 2 high safeties coming as the Bulldogs start at the 40-yard line. A trap play right up the middle to Hardiman, and he pushes the pile to the 45-yard line for a gain of 5 on first down as right away the Bulldogs get the junior, who was terrific, including that 40-yard touchdown last week that took the lead for good against Muskegon going early.
Hardiman did most of his damage in the second half last week. They only gave him a couple carries early on in the game, and he became part of the game plan later on. This time, first snap from scrimmage, giving him a carry right up the middle, able to push forward, nice strong run to get 4 on first down.
Yeah, official mark will be the 44-yard line. Fogelsonger wearing 12 in the traveling white uniforms, white sleeves on either arm, goes under center with 2 tight ends. Jayden Terry up the middle, follows blockers, broke a tackle at the 50, angles back down to the 45-yard line, got leveled from behind after he picked up the first down by Brian Stovall Jr., a senior with 14 Division I offers. We're going to be mentioning a lot of offers when it comes to this team. Darius Summers, the edge across from him, is on his way to Northern Illinois next year. Jayden Terry got the 46-yard line on the other side of the Bulldogs, and between the hashes into the plus side of the field for the first time. Fogelsonger breaks the offense out. Cass Tech, a multiple front defense. They will put 4 down linemen, standing edge rusher off the far side of the field. Granville drives left to right. A penalty marker flies in from the left sideline, and it's an offside. It looks like coming against Cass Tech, and Granville will get 5 free yards.
Some confusion along the defensive line as they're trying to shift the front and figure out exactly how they're going to match up to the Granville offense right there. Just not lining up in the correct spot, lining up across the line of scrimmage right there, and the flag being thrown early on, 5 free yards, and now second and medium right here.
Yeah, 41-yard line, Cass Tech side of the field. You're good.
In my defense, the Jane gang had second down.
10.5 minutes to go here. It's week 2. We're still getting into it. Under center goes Fogelsonger, 2 tight end T. A turn and a give to Braylon Haney. He gets his first touch over left guard, and the defense swallowed him up. Justin Bonner, the senior, led the contact, a gain of maybe a yard, maybe 2 as he falls ahead to the 39-yard line. It will be second down and about 3 right here for the Bulldogs after the Haney run.
Haney, nice strong run as well. A guy last week who found a role more on the defensive side of things, and that's going to kind of continue to be the mix and match of this entire team and exactly where they're going to play some of these guys that are going both ways, how much they get used on either side of the ball. Haney getting a carry here on the first drive.
Second down and 3 from the Cass Tech 39-yard line. Penalty marker in again, and once again in the neutral zone. It's going to be an offside here against the technicians. I think that was Gavin Fernandez there that was off, as there was some motioning between him and Darius Summers, and that gives Granville a free first down. The second offside penalty of the ball game already on the technicians. Something to watch for is, again, we talk about teams that aren't familiar with the T. That is something that we see committed against this offense fairly often.
Yeah, it sure is. I think just guys lining up in positions they're not normally used to. You're having 5 down defensive linemen. It's just a little unique, and you can see some heads turning as soon as that flag gets thrown now for the second time.
Dogs up to the Cass Tech 33-yard line, 9:35 to go. Fogelsonger under center, quick give up the middle. Hardiman with defenders pulling at his legs, backs into a pile at the 30-yard line and falls down to the 29 for a good gain of 5 or 6 on first down. The inside of this defense in on the stop. We talked about Bonner, but Julian Taylor, the sophomore middle linebacker, he was incredible last week, both sides of the football, and the win over Toledo Central Catholic, Colin Sumter, the outside linebacker, a junior with 6 Division I offers. They will be all over the place on the inside of this defense. Look out for Taylor Thomas, 6'4", 240, plays the edge, plays the inside, a freshman out there for Coach Marvin rushing. 9 minutes to go, 2nd and 7. Grandville up to the Cass Tech 29-yard line. 2 tight end T unit. Fogelsonger under center. Bulldogs haven't broken it so far. Jayden Terry over right guard, breaking a tackle, staying on his feet, backs his way into C.J. Sadler, and with a push from behind from Carter Jarsma, will fall over the 20-yard line for a first down. Good work by Jarsma there to get the push on Terry as he ran right through Sadler and picks up the first down.
And Terry forced to cut that one. Looking to go to the right side, finds a hole, jumps through, and then a tough finish to the run again. Getting some help, a couple teammates in there to help push the pile forward. Another nice chunk gain right there for Jayden Terry.
Dogs inside the 20-yard line right here, make it up to the 18. In between the hashes, fresh set of downs right here for Grandville. Fogelsonger strides under center. The senior takes his time, went to the hard count, now relays a new message. First to Jayden Terry, now to the offensive line. Defense crowding in with a single high safety. Snap to Fogelsonger, give Jayden Terry, cuts it up the middle, broke a tackle at the 15 and pushes into a big pile. The first tackling contact was made there as he was fighting his way on through from Bonner. Terry gets a good 4 or 5 on first down as the Bulldogs right now driving right into the sun and driving right into the part of the field where there aren't yardage hashes, by the way, here at Cass Tech, so a bit of a delay every time to get the exact yardage up on the big board after Terry was able to fight his way on ahead right there. Second down here for the Bulldogs as Terry was able to get 4 on first down. Second down and 6 under center goes Fogelsonger. Grandville up to the 14-yard line. Fogelsonger turn, give Haney with 2 hands on the ball, up the middle, pushing through the pile, squirts out of it inside the 10, dives down to almost the 5-yard line. And a first down and goal for Grandville as Braylon Haney is able to shove his way on ahead right there. Good carry from Haney and first and goal for the Bulldogs. 7:24 to go, and Granville's offense looking really good right now, Chandler.
Yeah, this has been the perfect drive for the Bulldogs to start the game off. They've been working ahead of the chains, down the field, now down to the 5-yard line right around there, and have been eating a lot of this clock. Nearly 5 minutes now gone on this drive.
Official mark will be the 6. First and goal, 6-yard line. Terry Hardiman and Braylon Haney, the backs for the Bulldogs. It's Haney again over left guard. Put a shoulder into a big defensive lineman and shoves his way ahead to the 4-yard line. Able to get 2 or so right there before Antoine Hall, the sophomore, was the first one to make the contact there on Haney. Second down and goal, 4-yard line for the Bulldogs. We tick inside 7 minutes to go in the first frame. An effective first drive for Bulldogs so far.
Yeah, the Bulldogs still in no hurry, taking their time with a lot of these play calls. They're comfortable having their offense out there as long as they possibly can.
Cass Tech band is rocking right now with the Bulldogs looking to punch it into the end zone. They will deem that the knee went down at the 5-yard line. So second and goal from the 5 here for the Bulldogs. Fogelsonger out of the tee, give to Jayden Terry, cuts up the middle, pushes his way down towards the end zone. Touchdown, Jayden Terry, his 4th of the season. And the Bulldogs with 6:25 to go in the first, strike first.
Really effective drive for the Grandville offense immediately from the kickoff, working their way right down the field, staying ahead of the chains the entire way. Didn't have that massive play that we've seen from them, but just continually picking up enough to move the chains pretty easily down the field and start the game off with a scoring drive.
Couldn't ask for much more at all, and Tank puts it in the end zone for the 4th time already. He's looking to make a Mr. Football statement on this field, by the way, here tonight. He's off to a good start. Bulldogs go double wing formation. The setback is Jayden Terry. Josh Crater, split out receiver in the slot left. A fake left to Hardiman, a pitch to Crater coming around the right side. I don't know if he was thinking about double passing that one, but he got caught up in the backfield and hauled down. 2-point conversion is unsuccessful, but the Bulldogs are off to a good start. 6-0 Grandville, 6:25 to go in the first. We'll be right back.
You hear that? That's Service Professor fixing your drain, sewer, plumbing, electrical, heating, or cooling, and fixing it in a snap.
Service Professor will fix it in a snap.
Welcome back here, Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer. from Cass Tech. What a start for the Bulldogs. An effective drive. They're able to grind their way down the field, really just always ahead of the chains, always where they wanted to be. Don't get the 2-point conversion, but a 6-0 lead, and they take up about half, 6.5 minutes to go in the first quarter of that first quarter clock.
Exactly what Coach Stiegel was looking for there out of his offense, and now you turn to your defense, and this is probably going to be the bigger test, and the question mark coming into the game is what exactly can the Bulldogs defense do against such a talented Cass Tech offense?
All right, so the Bulldogs will get ready to send it on away. Owen Vasquez, the senior, with it teed up. Trio of deep returners back down for Cass Tech, and the deepest one going inside the 10-yard line is Will Sykes Jr., a very talented and very dangerous senior. 6:25 to go, first quarter of play. Vasquez left to right across the radio now. It's an onside kick, and he gets it himself at the 49-yard line. Oh my goodness, what a perfect little pooch. And Vasquez recovers it himself. Granville steals the possession. What a gutsy call, and the Dogs get the ball.
Oh, he's got to wonder coming into the game, how exactly are the Bulldogs going to try to steal some possessions? They've got different ways they can do it. Right there, the first chance they have at a kickoff. They go to the onside, perfectly executed. Technicians not expecting it whatsoever. They were slow to recognize the kick on the ground right there, and Bulldogs coverage unit all over it, able to jump on it, get some bodies down the field to help on the recovery, and right away the Bulldogs are going to steal the possession.
And don't rule out either. Now you've got a Cass Tech defense that just had it run on them down the field. They got to come right back out there now and play some more defense as well after that. So what a gutsy call from Coach Stiegel. The Bulldogs will start at the 48-yard line, plus side of the field, right in between the hashes. Already leading 6-0 with 6.5 to go in the first quarter against the top team in the state. Saunders give Jayden Terry right up the middle, busting his way through a pile, and takes a backing run over the 40, down to the 39-yard line. The mark will be the 40. It'll be 2nd down and 1. Good job, Sadler, part of the secondary in on that stop up high. But Terry is running very, very well in the early going of this football game.
5 carries for 38 yards so far for Jayden Terry, and you have to be impressed with what the offensive line has been able to do as well, opening some holes along that line for anyone who's carrying the football. Right now there's some good size along that technician's defensive line, some guys that are going to be playing at the next level, and right now Bulldogs' offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Bulldogs driving left to right just into the sun that's starting to dip its way beneath the Motor City Casino just on the other side of the road here from Cass Tech High School. Some misdirection, they give up the middle onto a charging Braylon Haney over left guard. He'll dive right around the marker. He should have the first down on the mark before Stovall Jr. made the stop for Cass Tech. They haven't moved the chains quite yet. If they don't, it's going to be 3rd down and like 1.5 inches.
Looks like the official on the far side making the motion exactly. It's a couple inches, just short here on 3rd down.
So Dogs have got it up to the 38-yard line right here. After they get the score, they get the onside kick. 6-0 Granville. Jeffrey Fogelsonger, senior quarterback, in from the sideline with the call. Had the touchdown pass last week to Josh Crater. Only played the 4th quarter as he was dealing with a bit of a nick-up. Sounds like he is back to 100% tonight, despite a couple other injuries, including Keegan Kroll, who's out. But a very good job from Carter Jarsma filling in on the left side tight end spot for the Bulldogs. 3rd down and less than a yard. Braylon Haney over left guard. He's got the first down up to the 36-yard line. That will move the chains. A different defensive unit, by the way, than what we normally see for the technicians and Coach Rushing and defensive coordinator Kelly Robinson. They normally want to be multiple front, but they're going to be spread out in a nickel package. They got a lot of guys like Antoine Hall and others that don't normally see the inside of the defense. They essentially are running 3 nose guards out there on the inside of this defense. Everything when you play a T team is completely different. It's completely different than what you're expecting. You got CJ Sadler right now playing the high free safety. Just everything gets a little mixed up.
Yeah, everybody's playing in a little different spot. You know, they've got a base unit that they're prepared for to see a lot of the spread teams from this side of the state, but seeing offense like this, you got guys playing out of position a little bit all over.
1st and 10, Cass Tech 36-yard line. Give to Jayden Terry, tripped up in the backfield, but he just pushes that pile to get a couple of yards and falls over the 35-yard line to the 34 for a gain of 2 on 1st down. Martez Livingston, the junior defensive tackle, 255 pounds, made the first contact before Tank pushed it ahead for a couple of yards. 2nd and 8, Granville. Clock ticks inside 4 minutes to go in the first quarter. 6-0 Granville. If you missed it, Dogs got the ball, drove right down the field pretty effectively, grinding about 6-minute long drive or so, and then a perfectly placed onside kick from Vasquez. He recovered himself, and the Bulldogs have taken over. 2nd down and 8, Granville. Cass Tech 34-yard line. Two tight end T, Naraki right, and Jarsma left the tight ends. Hardiman goes to fullback. Right running back is Haney. Left is Jayden Terry. All white traveling uniforms for the Bulldog. Quick trap up the middle on to Hardiman, pushing into a trio, a quartet and more of green jerseys right away. Forward progress to the 30-yard line. It's going to be third down at about 3 right here. Make it 4 for the Bulldogs.
This has been one of the tougher situations for the Bulldogs in the first quarter. Third and medium-ish here, 4, maybe 5, depending on the exact spot. But they've been able to make themselves put themselves in some pretty easy spots to try to convert. This one a little bit more difficult. And of course, on just about the 30-yard line, you're likely going for it here on 4th down.
It will be 3rd and 5. Mark goes to the 31 officially. 2:51 to go. Bulldogs stay out of the tee. They haven't broken it outside of the 2-point conversion try. Fogelsonger turn. Fake give to Haney. Bootleg left. Fogelsonger going to keep it at the 30. He's got the first down at the 25. Angles out of bounds. Able to evade a tackle just shy of the 20. They break out the bootleg, and Fogelsonger with his first run of the year gets the legs moving in open space, and the Bulldogs move the chains. 2:35 to go in the first quarter.
We saw a little bit more of that last week when Crater was in the game at quarterback. They used him on some of those bootlegs. Fogelsonger, though, showing he can use his legs as well, rolling around to the left side, able to pick up the first down there on 3rd and medium.
1st and 10 here for the Bulldogs. They will be inside that 20-yard line to the 17 on the mark. Out of the tee, stretch right to Jayden Terry. Good blocking. He cuts it up at the 15-yard line and dives down to maybe the 14. We'll see where the knee went down. Tez Livingston on the first contact there. 2:20 to go. Looks like it's maybe going to be marked back further than what I even thought. Looks like the 15-yard line is the mark. 2nd down and 8 here for the Bulldogs. 2:11 and less to go. Clock running first quarter, 6-0 Granville. They are the only team to possess the ball so far. Chance to take the entire first quarter clock off the board without Tabron and this explosive offense touching the field for the technicians. Fogelsonger, 2 tight ends under center. Turn give, Braylon Haney right up the middle. 2 hands on the ball. Got cut up there by the driving Marcus Jennings in from safety. He's able to push for a couple of yards past that inside the 15, falls to the 13-yard line. Going to be 3rd down and 4 or 5 right here for the Dogs. Mark is the 13-yard line. Inside 90 seconds to go first quarter. 6-0 Granville. Fogelsonger in from the sideline with the call for the 3rd down play.
Last time on 3rd and medium, they went to the quarterback on the bootleg. We'll see if they want to go to the play-action pass game here. They've been content to keep it on the ground and keep the clock rolling the entire time.
3rd and 6 here under center goes Fogelsonger. Give Jayden Terry, turns it right up the middle with 2 hands on the ball into the pile. Dives his way down past the 10, maybe the 9-yard line. He's not going to have quite enough to move the chains. We'll see exactly where that mark gets. It's going to be the 9-yard line. It's going to be 4th down and 2 here for the Bulldogs. Inside 50 seconds to go. They will have to run one last play here as we tick inside 45 now. 4th down and 2 for Granville from the Cass Tech 9-yard line. A big one as the Bulldogs lead at 6-0. Fogelsonger will break them out. Hardiman in the middle of Haney right, Terry left. 2 tight ends. Defense with 1 high safety and C.J. Sadler crowding it in. Fogelsonger, give to Jayden Terry. He stumbles. He dives. He's got the first down. He got tripped up in the long grass in the backfield, but it looks like right on the number. Tank is able to move the chains. A big effort play right there from Jayden.
Yeah, it sure was. It looked like he lost his footing pretty soon after he got the football on the exchange. Went to put his foot in the ground to try to cut back to the left and stumbled a little bit, but just able to keep his arm, brace himself enough to fall forward. He needed 2. He got 3.
All right, Dogs are going to run off the field. And by the way, as we go to break, Weingarts is bringing a new level of convenience with their at-home maintenance service. That's right. They come to you. Their expert technicians roll right up to your driveway with genuine parts and trusted care. No loading, no drop-offs, just winning service that keeps your equipment running strong season after season. Don't sit on the sidelines. Schedule a day at Weingarts.com and experience the Weingarts way. 6-0 Granville. The Bulldogs are the only team to possess the ball. They got a chance to score on a 1st and goal when we come back from downtown Detroit.
Hi, my name is Anna Wypich, the 2025 Miss Basketball. For athletes and busy students, getting your wisdom teeth removed can kind of seem like a big deal. But here at the Center for Oral Surgery and Dental Implants, they make it a comfortable experience. They also help with dental implants and tooth extractions. For great oral care when you need it, call the Center for Oral Surgery today.
Uccello's Restaurante is where great food and sports come together. there's something for everyone from a variety of handcrafted pizzas along with classic Italian dishes. With over 50-plus TVs in each location, you won't miss any action of the big game. Plus, they deliver. To check out their menu or order online, go to ucellos.com. Check us out to see why we're the #1 sports lounge in the area.
Welcome back, downtown Detroit. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer. What a game this one's been so far. 6-0 Granville. The Bulldogs score. They get an onside kick. They then take up the rest of the first quarter clock, and now the Dogs have a 1st and goal from the 6-yard line coming up with a chance to make it a 2-score game before Donald Tabron in this offense and even touch the ball for the Technicians.
Yeah, really impressive start for the Bulldogs, and that's one way to win the football game is to keep their really talented offense off the field entirely. Not going to be able to do that the entirety of the game, but the first quarter, that's impressive nonetheless. And right now, the Bulldogs looking to capitalize on their second drive down inside the red zone.
Granville from the 6-yard line and now driving into the shadows back towards Ford Field. 2 tight end unit lines up out of the tee. Fogelsonger gets the offense set with a fresh 12 minutes on the board. Jayden Terry, a touchdown already for the Mr. Football Watch List player who's looking to make a statement against a team that's got at least one guy that he might be going up against for that award this year. Fogelsonger give to Braylon Haney right down Broadway, and he shoves his way down into a pile, extending the football, got the 2-yard line. 2nd down and goal from the 2. Good gain of 4 right there from Haney, straight into the middle of the pile. They got some muscle. Fernandez 265, Livingston 255, Hall 270, and a lot of guys coming off the edge as well. But right now the Bulldogs are getting the push up front 100%.
Yeah, they sure are moving the pile forward almost every time. Right now, Haney, 7 carries for 22 yards. It's right around 3 yards a carry, exactly what they're looking for.
Fogelsonger under center. Dogs out of the tee. Defense crowds way in, all right at the goal line of the Bulldogs, having 2 yards to go. Jayden Terry up the middle, popped in the backfield, down he goes. Gavin Fernandez wrapped him up from behind, and Terry gets nowhere. It'll be 3rd down and goal. Right, they might even lose a yard back to the 3-yard line. That's what it is. 3rd and goal from the 3, as that time it was swallowed up the middle.
Fernandez able to chase that one down from behind, got through the line, and then once Jayden Terry got stood up, was able to grab him, throw him down backwards. A lot of times, Tank's able to push forward in. That time, got his momentum stopped enough. Bulldogs going to try to get it here on 3rd down.
All right, 3rd down and goal from the 3-yard line here. Fogelsonger goes under center. 2 tight end tee. They haven't broken it. Delayed give to Terry. Bootleg right to pass. Throws to the end zone. Jarsma at the goal line. And that one is broken up. He's unable to hang on to the football through a hit. Sorry, check, that was thrown to Naraki. That's broken up the goal line. It'll be 4th down and goal from the 3-yard line. The Bulldogs have to make a decision here.
Yeah, the timing thrown off a little bit. There was some traffic as Naraki was trying to break free. He was open for a split second. Ball put in a pretty good spot, but a really nice play by Sadler, recovering, got out into the flat there, able to get his hands in between, knock that one free.
Dogs will go for it. 10:35 in the first half. And a 4th down and goal from the 3-yard line. Again, out of the tee for Jeffrey Fogelsonger in the offense here. The defense all from the goal line and more. They crowd way in for the Technicians. Give Braylon Haney, popped in the backfield, diving for the goal line. He doesn't have enough. Stonewalled short of the end zone. LaMarcus Army, the sophomore safety, made the first contact right at the line of scrimmage. The Dogs held at the 1, and Cass Tech's offense will now get the ball for the first time as Granville is unable to fully execute on that one. 10:35 to go. They kill some clock, but they don't get the points.
Yeah, stood up just short of the goal line. Haney diving, came up just a yard short, and big stop for the Technicians defense right there to hold strong down with their backs right along the goal line, able to make a stop. The only bright spot for the Bulldogs is you force Cass Tech offense start right on the 1-yard line here. You can try to be aggressive, maybe try to shoot some of those run gaps or see if they're going to go to the pass game here. You can try to get to the quarterback.
The number 5 sophomore quarterback in the entire country. 24 Division I offers. Donald Tabron II at 6'4", 180 will settle here into a short gun formation. Split back with 3 wide receivers. Turning a stretch give right. Angles over the 5-yard line of the charging run. It's Lovett. He's got the 10. Tripped up on the outside by Haney. And that will move the chains right on the marker. They'll give him the 10-yard line as that ball was marked inside the 1-yard line after the Bulldogs' last play. So that'll move the chains as Lovett gets going. Chandler, again, there's so much depth of talent. They got 4 running backs. We will see all of them used in different roles for the Technicians here tonight. Lovett will be the featured guy.
Yeah, well, they use quite the rotation, though, in multiple formations. They like to have multiple backs in the backfield. Last time in the pistol, now in more of a gun look.
They will go, as Chandler mentioned, out of a split back shotgun. Ball on the right hash mark from their own 10-yard line. Yeah, we're getting some things reset here because now second down is shown on the down marker. It should be second down and about a yard. That is what it is going to actually be. Second down and 2 or so. The mark has been the 2-yard line. That's now corrected on the video board as well. A delayed handoff going right side to Julian Taylor, the sophomore. Breaks the tackle, lowers the head down to the 19-yard line. He's got the first down as Jayden Terry pounds him down there. But a couple of really good-looking runs so far over right tackle from a couple of different running backs for Cass Tech. They got the first down to their own 19-yard line.
A really nice block along that right side. Double team there to kick the defender out and then run right behind it and pick up the first down.
Again, out of a split back shotgun. Off the left hip is Taylor. Off the right hip is Lovett for Tabron. 2 receivers left with the ball on the right hash mark. Bulldogs with 4 down linemen, standing edge rusher off the side. They even bring an extra down man in now. 5 down linemen for the Bulldogs. Snap of the waist. Tabron back to pass. Clutches, fires left side, 22-yard line. Snagged high above the head. Turned upfield off the grab by the sophomore Mylan Griggs. He dives down to the 25-yard line. They'll give him a very good mark to get to that 25-yard line, and a gain of 6 on first down. Second down and 4 here for the Technicians. 9:11 to go in the first half. Tabron with tempo, breaks him out. They go 4 wide receivers. Slot right, the sophomore, Peyton Robinson, Sykes, Sadler, and Griggs out there as well. From the pistol, Tabron. The back now is Damari Hendrickson for the first time today. Bulldogs bring 4 down linemen. Snap of the chest. Give up the middle on to Hendricks. He swarmed in the backfield. 25-yard line. Wyman some contact. The leveling blow from Garrett Naraki. It's third down. Very good mark over the 25 to the 26-yard line this time. It'll be a third down and about 4-3 for the Technicians.
Really well timed off the edge. Naraki on the blitz. Able to recognize the run there. Dive at the feet and knock down Hendricks just enough. Keep that to a short gain.
Third down and 4 from their own 26-yard line. 8:20 to go first half. Snap of the waist. Tabron back to pass. Pocket holds, fires right side, caught by Sadler, 38-yard line. Broke a tackle, angles right 45, and drives his way over the 50 where Jayden Terry sends him down at the 50, but it's a first down as C.J. Sadler gets his first grab of the game. First down right to midfield for the Technicians. 8:10 to go in the second quarter.
Sadler showing how impressive he can be with the ball in his hands there. On the catch, had the first down, but then after, able to make multiple guys in the secondary miss, turn that into a nice chunk gain of 24.
Tabron will spread them 4 wide again. 2 right, 2 left here. The back now is Lovett. Bulldogs bring 4 down linemen. Middle linebacker Haney. Right to left in motion is Sykes. A bobbled snap, a give to Lovett up the middle. Stumbles his way over the 50 and drives down to the 48 where he's brought down by Evan Wyman after a gain of 2 on first down. 7:47 to go, clock ticking second quarter. 6-0 Granville. They're going to bring a bit of muscle out right here as they bring Stovall Jr. in as a tight end. Defensive coordinator Zenner changing up the look. Wyman now moves outside as Stovall comes in. The tight end, a wing to the left side. The tailback off the left hip is Lovett here. Left foot in front of the left, or in front of the right. Snap up the middle onto Tabron, on to Lovett. He's got space, right side 40, 30-yard line. Clean, green, grass in front to the 15, 10-5, touchdown. Kirsten Lovett, 7:14 to go. We are tied, but there's a penalty marker back around the 45-yard line. Let's see what it is.
Yeah, we'll see. This one, penalty flag kind of thrown in the backfield right around the area where Tabron was standing. I don't know if there was maybe a hit on him in the backfield. Looks initially like the touchdown's going to stand. I believe this one's against the Bulldogs.
He was hit after he handed that one off to Lovett in the backfield. There are a pair of white shirts that busted through. It's going to stand. So Fabian Garza, the senior now, comes in. He will look to add the extra point. So we have a 6-all ball game.
Number 23, Fabian Garza with the attempt.
Cass Tech looks for their first lead of the ball game right here. Sun starting to set down here. A little bit less of a problem for either team. The wind dying a little bit as well. Garza will be kicking into the wind, though, here from right to left. Snap is snagged, right leg to the football, and that one will die through the uprights for Garza. Big high five after it. Cass Tech have their first lead of the game. 7:14 to go. And the Technicians strike on their first chance. We'll be right back here from downtown Detroit.
Car Center is an automotive collision repair company with multiple shops throughout West Michigan.
Our goal is simple, to bring hospitality to the collision repair industry.
You can find us online at carcentermi.com to find the location nearest to you. Because at Car Center, fixing cars is our job.
But helping people, that's our business.
.47 yards to the end zone for Carson Lovett, and Cass Tech has taken their first lead of the game at 7-6 with 7:14 to go. Granville will get ready to take the football back after that penalty, which was on the hit on Tabron in the backfield. The Technicians are going to get to send this one away from the plus 45-yard line. So Kuyok will back all the way down to the 2-yard line. This time it looks to be Garza that will get set to kick it away here. And the Bulldogs appear ready maybe for an onside kick coming the other way, as we didn't see Garza normally do the kickoff duties. Plus, of course, Granville stole possession. Plus, he got the plus side of the field already. So Garza's got it ready to go. He pumps the crowd up, looking back towards the Cass Tech side. 7:14 to go in the first half. 7-6. Garza sends it away. A short one that is brought in at the 10-yard line here. Twisting over the 15 on the bring back from the Bulldog. Up man Josh Crater. And he gets leveled right after that. So Granville going to have to go a long distance right here. The offense has been really effective. They grind their way 6 minutes down the field on the first drive and score. And they get the ball right back all the way out of the 1, just unable to punch it in. And now the Dogs will get ready to roll out onto the field, trailing for the first time from their own 16-yard line.
Yeah, they moved the ball really well all night long through the first quarter and a couple minutes here into the second. They've been able to move the ball down. Just got stood up at the goal line, but been winning along the line of scrimmage, looking to put together another drive here on their third chance.
Bulldogs have not changed the unit so far. Fogelsonger goes under center. Crowding in high safety is Sadler. They've almost got 11 guys in the box right here. Give on the trap right up the middle to Hardiman. He'll dive to, maybe they give him the 20-yard line. It's not even going to quite be that. So a gain of, let's make it 2 to the 18-yard line. The knee went down for DJ Hardiman. And a second down coming up for the Bulldogs. 6:49 and less to go. 7-6 Cass Tech.
See if the Technicians continue to really stack the box. You know, at some point that play-action shot over the top is going to come. Just a matter of when exactly Coach Stiegler is going to dial that one up.
They got the box literally almost more stacked than what Rockford even does right now. 2nd down and 8 for the Bulldogs from the 18-yard line. Delayed give, bootleg left to pass. Fogelsonger throws it deep down the field, caught by Terry at the 35-yard line. Angles over the 40, tackled from behind by Sadler to the 44-yard line. First down, there you go, right on cue. They beat him over the top with Jayden Terry, first reception of the year.
Yeah, Coach Stiegler definitely saw that, how many defenders were close to the line of scrimmage. Know that they can get Cass Tech defenders with their eyes in the backfield, really keying in on the run. You hit them with a play-action pass over the top. Jayden Terry able to sneak out of the backfield, get deep into the secondary, and a nice play to get the drive going.
Fogelsonger's made some very big strides as a passer of the football this offseason. Very even-handed running the offense as well. Granville the mark to the 43-yard line. Left hash mark here. 4-down lineman, standing edge rusher. Stretch right to Jayden Terry. Sneaks through it. Lowered the head into Sadler. Stays on his feet over the 50 and dives down for the first down of the 48. He put the head right into Sadler and kept running. First down, Granville. How about that from Tank? They're not going to give him the first down. They will. Now they move the chains.
Yeah, that's one of the head-to-head matchups we talked about in the pregame, and we've already seen it a couple times.
Literally.
Terry one time in the secondary making a physical tackle on Sadler, and then the two of them meeting right there on the second level. Terry turned in the corner and running straight into the chest of Sadler to finish that run.
Jayden is not leaning away from contact. 47-yard line is the mark. Fogelsonger goes under center, plus side of the field. 5.5 to go first half. 7-6 Cass Tech. Fogelsonger give right up the middle to Hardiman. Stumbling over the 40. Stiff arming ahead to the 35. The pile joins him. Shoves his way over the 35. Down to the 34-yard line. First down. powerful run from the junior, DJ Hardiman. Jennings, the senior safety, made the first contact, but Hardiman wins the battle. First down, Dogs. A couple of physical runs as Granville right now leaning on some physicality.
Yeah, they sure are, and it's a thing of beauty when it all works together like that. You get the play-action pass, get the defense to have to respect that. Jayden Terry with one of his signature stretch runs, and then about the time of thinking of everything else, you get him with the fullback trap for another nice gain.
From the 34-yard line, Fogelsonger under center, 2 tight end T. 6 on the front line for Cass Tech. Jayden Terry right up the middle, squirts out of the pile to the 31-yard line for a gain of 3 on first down there for Tank as he runs it right in the middle of the defense. Bonner comes in on the stop along with Antoine Hall. 31-yard line, second down and 7, 4:42 to go and less. 7-6 technicians. Bulldogs traveling white uniforms break it out. Key, Schackermeyer, Smith, Peters, and Wiley across the offensive line. Jarsma and Naraki working at tight end today with Keegan Kroll out for the week. Again, 6 on the front line for Cass Tech. A stretch going right here to Jayden Terry. Cuts it up at the 30, stumbles down to the 27-yard line before he was upended there on the edge by Brian Stovall Jr. Second and third down, and make it 3 here for the Bulldogs as this mark is going to be the 27-yard line. 3rd and 3, 4:04 and less to go. Clock running first half.
Another pretty manageable third down right here. 3rd and 2 yards roughly. Been able to stay in these type of situations. Pretty convertible for this offense, the way they've been moving the football.
Fogelsonger under center. 3rd down and 3, 27-yard line, 3:44 to go. Fogelsonger give Jayden Terry right up the middle. Squirts over the 25, dives to the 29. He should, right on the number, have that stop. The freshman, the big freshman that is Taylor Thomas, was in among the members off the edge on the stop. They will now move the chains. He's got it. First down, Jayden Terry able to do it right on the number inside the 25 to the 24. May have called 29. To the 24-yard line, 3:22 to go. Granville doing a very good job killing clock. See if they can make this the last possession into the halftime break. Jayden Terry a touchdown in this one. He was then matched by Lovett on the other side. Fogelsonger, 2 tight end, straight T under center. Give on to Hardiman, leaping through the line. Got taken out by his waist. Drives down to the 20-yard line before it took the strength of the Northern Illinois bound Darius Summers III to level him. Good run to the 20 right there for Hardiman as he's able to find a tough 3 or 4 yards. 2:52 to go, and down on the field, slow to get up, is Martez Livingston, the 255-pound junior. And with that, an official timeout as he's going to get the training staff to come out and meet with him a little bit. 2nd and 6 coming up for Granville from the 21-yard line. Are you looking for food that's actually fresh and good for you? Lo Cavana brings farm fresh food right to your front door, and ordering a week of groceries takes only 5 minutes or less. Their website features trusted West Michigan farmers and food producers, so every bite is healthier, tastier, and better for your family. And because they deliver in their own temperature-controlled trucks, everything arrives just as fresh as it left the farm. Skip the grocery store and use code FOOTBALL15 on locavana.com to save 15% on your first order. Head coach Eric Stiegel-Chandler, they didn't get the one score, and the defense got driven on a little bit. You can kind of expect that against this team. But besides that, he's got to be very, very happy as Livingston is up and walking back towards the sideline with what his team's been able to do, especially on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah, they moved the ball really well. The offense has looked good. Able to continue to stay ahead of the chains. They continue to drive just right to the edge of the red zone here now on this their 3rd possession of the game. And outside of that goal line stand, have really won that battle, you would say. They've been able to keep the Cass Tech offense to just 1 possession in the first half. And I think right now they're looking at how can we take about 2 minutes and 52 seconds to go 20 yards and the half with a score in the lead.
All right, Bulldogs will break it out. Up to the 21-yard line. 2nd down and 6. 2:52 to go. Fogelsonger runs the offense out of the tee. Terry, Hardiman, and Haney left to right, the running back unit. 5 down linemen coming to the other side. Braylon Haney, left guard, pushing his way on ahead. The marker he needs is the 15-yard line. He gets the 16 before he's shut down on the edge right there by a whole host of tacklers. Saw Julian Taylor in on that stop on the outside, along with they're getting some play on the defensive side of the ball as well from Brian Stovall in this contest, as again they're bringing some muscle out there.
That's number 6.
3rd down and 2, 16-yard line. Dogs in between the hashes. They've driven deep inside the red zone. 2:10 to go in the second quarter. Jayden Terry right up the middle. He's got the first down. Squirts down to the 13-yard line to move the chains. And the clock is going to run its way well under 2 minutes by the time they snap this. The question is, no one's used a timeout. When will we maybe see Cass Tech start using them to see if they can even get a possession again in this half?
Yeah, we'll see if they're going to try to use the timeouts, figuring they're going to concede the score or at least make the Bulldogs offense have to not just bleed the clock, but looks like both teams just content to let it play out, at least for right now.
Wind's starting to pick up a little bit. Once again, the sun's setting. 1:47 and less to go. Granville 14-yard line. It's like maybe an issue with the football that they were trying to get set there is Coach Stiegel is coming over to have a word with the official about the football that was being used in play. I'm a little bit curious what the issue could be.
We're going into the bag and getting another game ball, it looks like. I don't know if we got deflate gate situation there. It looks like they're squeezing the football a little bit. I don't know if there's something it's deflated or maybe there's something on the ball. Who knows? But swapping it out right here, the Bulldogs are getting a new ball to play with.
All right, so the Dogs will break it out here. Fresh set of downs up to the 14-yard line. 1:45 to go. They trail 7-6. Fogelsong on the offense, deep into the red zone one more time here for the Dogs. Right up the middle, trap play to Hardiman, leaps into the line of scrimmage and gets stonewalled to the 10-yard line. So he's able to get a couple right there up to around the 10. The mark will be the 11-yard line for DJ Hardiman. And now once again, an official timeout is, check that, Cass Tech is going to burn a timeout. So they start using them here. 90 seconds even to go. Granville 2nd and 10 coming up right here from around, or 2nd and 7 coming up here from around the 11-yard line. We, as always, thank the Bennett Center Farmers Insurance Agency for presenting game night on Michigan Sports Radio. Huge shout out again to everyone at the Detroit Public School League along with Cass Tech for helping get us here. It's a packed night. There's a lot of coverage going on, certainly of this ball game tonight, and we were able to find a pretty good, very good spot here outside. Thankfully, a beautiful night, and didn't have to deal with the rain or any of the other conditions. So a beautiful night. So we really thank them for being able to get us slipped in outside here tonight. And it's been a show so far, and the Bulldogs are making a real statement against the top team in the state of Michigan.
Yeah, they're playing their style of game. You can say that for sure in the first half. 3 offensive drives to just 1 offensive drive for Cass Tech, and now 1.5 minutes here to go. Driving just outside the 10-yard line here. Another chance to try to score. Last time they got stood up down inside the 5, really down to the 1-yard line essentially, and looking to punch this one in and try to take a lead going into the half.
2nd down and 8, Granville from the Cass Tech 11-yard line. 1:30 to go, second quarter, 7-6 Technicians. Fogelsonger out of the tee. Hardiman the fullback. Terry goes to the right. And Braylon Haney goes to the left right here out of the running back unit. So they flip some things around. This is Jayden Terry over left guard. He's popped in the backfield. Never able to turn the corner. Darius Summers was there among the tackling crusade. I think it was Julian Taylor, the sophomore, that made the first touch. Terry pushed it over the 10-yard line to the 9. He's able to find a couple of yards out of it, but it's going to be 3rd down here. And Cass Tech has also called their second timeout of the half. 1:20 here on the clock. 3rd down coming up for Granville. They're inside the 10-yard line, though, but we've seen this Cass Tech defense, even when they give up some chunks down the field via the run game and via 4 or 5 yards at a time down the field, when they've gotten down in the red zone, they sure have bowed up.
Yeah, they've been able to stand strong and make some plays in the run game, and when they're defending the short field down inside the 10-yard line now, it's one of the tougher situations, again, that the Bulldogs have had to face. 3rd and medium, 3rd and long here. See exactly what they want to do. If the Cass Tech defense can get a stop here for a minimal gain, you force Coach Stiegel and the Bulldogs to have to make an interesting decision as to whether they're going to go for it here, try to go for it in 4th down inside the red zone where they came up short last time, or likely within field goal range here. Do you take the 3 or the shot at the 3 and potentially the lead going into the halftime break?
This is 3rd down and right about 5 here for the Bulldogs from the 9-yard line. 1:20 to go in the first half. Terry returns to his normal spot along the left of the running back unit here. Fogelsonger under center. They do have a high safety back of the goal line. Quick trap, give up the middle to Hardiman. Charging run. Backs his way into the pile at the 5-yard line. Now he gets turned back the other way and sent down. And a final timeout of the half is whistled in by Cass Tech. Is the mark going to be the 5 or the 6? Looks like the mark's going to be the 6-yard line. So it's going to be 4th down and a long 2. And the Dogs are going to talk about this one a little bit right here. Fogelsonger is... Here comes Vasquez. It looks like Coach Stiegel is going to do what he can to try to take the lead into the half. It's been a big game so far for Owen Vasquez. Had that onside kick earlier. Now for the first time this year, we're going to see him try to knock down a 3. Now he's coming back towards the sideline right here. There's some miscommunication. I think Granville might be running the offense back on the field.
Yeah, it looks like Vasquez was out on the field initially, and then right at the last second, Coach Stiegel kind of motioning maybe his offensive unit back out there. And it does look like now the starting offense is going to be out there. Tank Terry grabbing his helmet and running out. And I think Coach Stiegel going to roll the dice here and try to go for it on 4th down once again.
Sun fully down beneath the casino across the street, and you can finally see the field a little bit right here. Beautiful night, though, at Cass Tech. 1:10 to go in the first half. 7-6 Granville. It's going to be a 4th down and 4 from the 6-yard line. Here come the Dogs, and here comes the offense. They run it up to the line of scrimmage. Josh Crater split left, Naraki split right. They go split back formation. The deep back is Braylon Haney. On 4th down, Hardiman in motion left to right. Whistles cut the air. Coach Stiegel is forced to burn a timeout. He's running on the field with his arms out, not happy with how that one was getting set up. So the Dogs forced to burn a timeout, 1:10 to go, but they had 3 in their pocket there. You might as well not take them with you into the halftime break and make sure you get it right. Now, a little bit more of a chance to discuss what exactly they're going to do. I don't see the kicking unit getting ready, so I think they're going to try to run this again. And again, it was a flex bone, double wing formation with a couple of guys split. So a flex bone, a couple of guys split into the slot.
Yeah, I think it doesn't look like any motion to go to the kicking unit here. Coach Stiegel we're going to roll the offense, and as he was running, he did not like the way that one was set up, running down the sideline to get the timeout, and you could read his lips from here saying, "What are you doing?" He did not like the way that one was set up. Something with the motion, the timing looked a little bit off. I think they were in danger of potentially having a false start if the timeout didn't get called.
All right, it will be the same unit once again. Slot left, Crater, slot right, Naraki. Double wing formation, left to right, Hardiman in motion on 4th and 4 from the 6-yard line. He goes all the way out to the right side of the field, and Coach Stiegel is going to call a timeout again. I think they're trying to get him to jump offside. Is now what I believe is going on. They got one more chance to do it. You still got to go 6 yards, but of course, no, it's 4 yards, so that's 6. So yeah, they're just trying to get the free first down right here. They got one more chance to do it. 1:10 to go.
Yeah, one more time to talk it over if they're going to seriously go for it or if they're going to send the kicking unit out. It's been the discussion now for 2 timeouts worth, a little bit more, and it looks like initially, again, now maybe an actual play call going to have to come in here.
You remember on the first drive of the game, 2 out of the first 3 plays essentially were offsides from Cass Tech. So the thought certainly was there for the Granville offense. 4th down and 4 from the Cass Tech 6-yard line. 1:10 to go first half. We've taken a long time to get about 5 seconds of game clock off the clock here with a lot of timeouts being called. Cass Tech's burned them all. Granville's burned them all but 1. The Technicians lead it by a point. The Bulldogs have got it inside the 10-yard line, trying to not fail to score from inside the 10 for the second time in this first half. Now they're back to the tee. 2 tight ends. Fogelsonger under center here from in between the hashes. 6-yard line. They got to get 4 of it. Jayden Terry up the middle into the pile at the 5. He got the 4. The mark is going to be a half-yard short, it would appear. And they do. They hold. A half-yard short for the second time in the first half. Granville is unable to score from inside the 10-yard line, and they will trail into the break, pending anything crazy here in the last minute 4.
Yeah, just short again for the Bulldogs offense. Jayden Terry with a nice burst through the line. Looked like he was maybe going to be able to fall forward just enough. The spot was going to be really crucial. Came up just short. Credit to the Technicians defense once again, standing strong down inside the 5-yard line, able to get off the field somehow for as successful drives as the Bulldogs have had and as many yards that they've racked up. Just 1 touchdown to show for it.
Only the second time in the game that Tabron and the offense have been on the field now for Cass Tech. They got to go 96 yards, and they start from their own 4-yard line. Split back shotgun formation, 3 wide receivers. Granville brings 2 down linemen, 2 standing edge rushers. In motion right to left, Hendricks out of the backfield to give. Up the middle on 11, breaks a tackle at the 10. Angles left of the 15-yard line. Broke another tackle there, outside the numbers 20. And he's tripped up from behind by Crater. Maybe even saving a touchdown past the 25-yard line. Clock will run down to 55 seconds to go and less here. From the 26, technicians work quick tempo and no huddle. Split back gun again from their own 26. Clock at 50, snap of the chest. Tabron clutches, fires right side. It's too hot to handle. In and out of the outstretched left hand of Carson Lovett in the flat. Clock stops 45.2 on the clock. 2nd and 10 from the 26-yard line. And there is a Bulldog slow to get up behind the play. It is DJ Hardiman. He's going to have to get stretched out. Looks like hopefully just a cramp as he's getting stretched out right now just inside the 20-yard line. So Hardiman getting stretched out as he was brought in as an edge rusher there. 45 seconds to go in the half. 7-6 Cass Tech. That certainly, though, doesn't tell the story of the way this one has been played. It's been advantage Grandville, but at the end of the day, the quick strike ability of the Cass Tech offense, and boy, they've bowed up, the technicians have. They've gotten beaten down the field 4 to 5 yards at a time, but they've bowed up inside their own 10-yard line twice.
It's been impressive what they've been able to do right along the goal line. A couple stops to get off the field. Bulldogs have absolutely dominated the time of possession and total yardage, but when it's really counted in some of those crucial downs and distances, the Cass Tech defense has been able to step up and make some plays, get some stops. In the short time they've had their offense on the field, they've been dynamic.
Hardiman off the field under his own power, looking fine. Takes a swig of water and will settle in on the sideline. Grandville brings 4 down linemen. 45 seconds to go, second quarter. 2nd and 10, Cass Tech, their 26-yard line. 4 wide receivers, trips to the right side for Tabron the second. 2 linebackers for the Bulldogs. They change up the look in coverage. Naraki will bring the extra pressure in the blitz. Tabron steps up in the pocket. He runs forward. Evan Wyman makes the contact. Tabron leans past the original line of scrimmage, gets a yard, maybe 2. It'll be 3rd down and 9 for the technicians. The clock is running inside 25 seconds to go. They got to keep it moving. Technicians having some issues from Coach Rushing getting this call in. Tabron goes under center and will just spike it. 16 seconds on the clock, and they spike it to create a 4th down right here. 16.7 on the clock, and Tabron's coming off the field fired up with his coaching staff right now. That could be a mistake. I'm curious what they're going to do now, because now they face a 4th and 8 after they decide to spike it. 16 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, I think the offense not aware of what the situation was right there. They were trying to get back to the line of scrimmage. They didn't have a play call, and it looks like
I think they're going to punt you now,
they're
right?
going to have to punt the ball away.
They were heading back to the locker room. They had to bring the whole special teams and defense back from the tunnel onto the field. They were not expecting to be used again, so here comes C.J. Sadler to punt. Keep an eye out for that, by the way. So Sadler will punt it away as Grandville's defense is able to hold there in a late moment. 7-6, snap to Sadler, right leg through the football. He'll punt it down towards Josh Crater, a high tumbler. Crater will let it go away from him past the 50-yard line, and Cass Tech is going to let that clock run right here. They're pushing each other out of the way to make sure they don't touch it up before the end of the half. Then they did. With 8/10 of a second on the clock, the ball gets touched up right at the end. They were pushing each other to stay away from the football. One of the last guys in, Darius Summers, touches it, and Grandville's got 8/10 of a second to try to sneak DJ Hardiman free on a trap from their own 48.
A couple lapses late from the technicians here. The spike the ball on 3rd and long, forcing them to have to punt the football away, and then right there, the clock would have ran out if they just had stood there. Instead, picking up the football. Now the Bulldogs at least going to get 1 snap here. We'll see if they can do anything with it.
Justin Bonner was throwing his own teammates off the football there. Summers came in, touched it up, and here come the Bulldogs. All right, let's see what Coach Stigleman can draw up, or if they just kneel their way into the break. 8/10 of a second. Grandville from their own 48-yard line. They trail by a point, 7-6. It will be Cass Tech getting the ball to start the second half. Fogelsonger out of the tee. They got 3 safeties back this time. Fogelsonger give Jayden Terry right down Broadway. Nowhere to go. Met up in the Twan Hall. And the leveling blow from Gavin Fernandez. That takes us into the Game Night Shop halftime show. 7-6, Cass Tech over Grandville. Doesn't tell the whole story. We have got an absolute battle starting to form in downtown Detroit. We got a lot to get to. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back from Motown here on the other side of our halftime coverage, including a word from the MHSAA and the This Week Report with John Ross.
Landscape of free buffet for the deer? Well, Deer Solution Repellent Service can help protect your shrubs and flowers from deer damage. Visit deersolution.com and schedule your free estimate today.
The Michigan Achievement Scholarship is funding every grad, every path. And odds are your high school senior or recent grad will qualify for free money for community college, public or private university, or career training, no matter their GPA. And the scholarship is less income-based than you might expect. Wherever your child is headed, there's free money to get them where they want to go. Learn more at mi.gov/achievement.
167 horsepower, candy red, 8 cylinders of freedom. And to think, he only let me drive it once. I've never considered myself to be a lucky man. That would be Dad. He didn't know a thing about cars, couldn't tell a hatchback from a quarterback. But somehow his just kept going, and going, and going, and going. Turns out Dad wasn't lucky. He just knew where to look.
Then let's take a look. As I mentioned over the phone, wear and tear.
Oh man, they're never gonna buy this thing. Wear and tear? Well, there's the coffee stain on the seat. It needs new brakes. All 4 wheels squeak. The passenger door doesn't even have a handle. Not to mention that one time I went to my uncle's farm and backed up into a truck full of shit.
Should about cover it. You're all set.
Oh.
Don't overthink it. Seller to Weller.
This broadcast is presented by Farmers Insurance, Bennett Center Agency in Wyoming. For all auto, home, specialty, life, and commercial insurance needs, see what a center can do for you. Call today at 616-980-4949 or visit at 2240 28th Street Southwest in Wyoming.
How do you make everyone's favorite buffet even better? How do you make the country's best chicken even more exciting? How do you make Thursday the best night ever? Wing night at Pizza Ranch. All the wings you want, plus all your other buffet favorites. And for a limited time, try the sweet heat of our new Honey Hot Sauce. The country's best wing night is here. Taking flight Thursday nights, only at Pizza Ranch.
Royal is fun. Royal is teamwork. Royal is growth. Royal is innovative. Royal is we are Royal.
New sports start this school year and some existing sports see changes. I'm John Ross and this is This Week in High School Sports, powered by the Michigan Achievement Scholarship. Welcome back to another school year and another season of highlighting stories from across the state. This Week in High School Sports runs weekly through the end of the winter sports season. Let's start the new school year with the MHSAA's newest sport, girls field hockey. 36 varsity teams will compete for an MHSAA championship this year. On the very first day of play last Tuesday, Ann Arbor Father Gabriel Richard, Farmington Hills Mercy, Ann Arbor Green Hills, and Grosse Pointe South were all victorious. The regional round for field hockey will start October 8th, and the championship game will be played on October 25th. Boys volleyball is the other new sport getting started this year, and that will begin in the spring. One sport seeing a change is tennis. Both the Lower Peninsula boys in the fall and girls in the spring will have all 4 of their division championships at the Midland Tennis Center. Each division will play over a 2-day period, and all 4 divisions each season will compete over a 2-week period. In the LP for the boys this fall, that means Division 4 plays October 15th and 16th, followed by Division 1 on October 17th and 18th. The following week, Division 2 plays October 22nd and 23rd, with Division 3 wrapping things up on October 24th and 25th. For more on the field hockey and tennis seasons, please go to MHSAA.com. It's time for Game Balls, when we highlight a trio of standout performances from the past week. First, Gaylord senior soccer players Lucas Hella and Matthew Vanderveer, who each scored twice in a 5-4 win over Petoskey, Gaylord's first win over the Northmen since 2019. Montague senior golfer Cadence Fox, she fired a 75 to win medalist honors at the West Michigan Conference Jamboree. That score tied the program record for all-time low round. And a Grand Haven volleyball player, Mallory Vodashek, she recorded her 1,000th career kill in a match during the Lakeshore Classic.
Graduating seniors could qualify for a tuition-free skills certificate or associate degree through the new Community College Guarantee, no matter their GPA or your household income. Or if your child plans to attend a 4-year university or career school, the Michigan Achievement Scholarship Program has them covered. They could get up to $27,500 toward a bachelor's degree or up to $4,000 for career training. Complete the FAFSA to get started at mi.gov/achievement.
Our weekly Be the Referee feature takes a look at the fine art of officiating with registered official Paige Winnie.
Let's talk about a very unlikely but also very fun possibility on the golf course today. Golfer 1 is playing their approach shot first from about 100 yards out. Their shot takes 2 bounces on the green and rolls straight into the hole for an eagle. What a shot! Golfer 2 is next and has a shot from about 80 yards out. Again, after a couple bounces, it's rolling straight for the hole. It rolls into the cup, but because the first ball is still in there, it hops out and comes to a stop about 3 feet away. What's the ruling? It's still an eagle for the first golfer, but the second now has to putt from 3 feet out. There's no penalty, but the ball is to be played as it lies. Hopefully the birdie putt is good.
Thanks, Paige. Now more than ever, we need officials. If you're interested, please go to the MHSAA website now to register. On the football field, the MHSAA 11-player football finals are just a little more than 3 months away. This year, the even divisions, 2, 4, 6, and 8, will play on Friday, November 28th. The odd divisions, 1, 3, 5, and 7, on Sunday, November 30th. All of those games will be at Ford Field in Detroit. It will be a busy 4-day stretch of football in Detroit, with the Lions and Packers on Thanksgiving Day, and Michigan State playing Maryland at Ford Field on Saturday, November 29th. The 8-player finals will be 1 week earlier on Saturday, November 22nd at the Superior Dome in Marquette. And for the first time, the 8-player semifinals will be played at neutral sites. Previously, those games were played at the higher-seeded school. Selection Sunday is October 26th, and the playoffs start 5 days later on Friday, October 31st. For more on football or any of the other 7 fall sports, go to MHSAA.com or follow us on X, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, or YouTube. You've been listening to This Week in High School Sports, powered by the Michigan Student Aid, a production of the MHSAA Network. Thanks for joining us. I'm John Ross, and we'll be back next week.
We're turning every visit into a winning play. With a lineup ranging from stylish and sleek SUVs to fully loaded trucks ready for game day. Score big at Barber Ford with 31,000 Ford Pass reward points. From enhancing your ride to covering your next service, your points give you more ways to win. It's like gaining extra yards on a key play. Shop Barber Ford, where every visit is a victory and your rewards take you to the next level.
Jets has been making the best Detroit-style pizza on the planet for over 40 years because we've always been committed to quality, like hand-pressed dough, fresh mozzarella, and sauce made from Mama Jet's secret family recipe, all baked to perfection for the thickest golden crunch. So go ahead, build your own Detroit-style pizza or order one of our specialties like the all-meaty or Jet 10. Jets, better because it has to be.
This broadcast is presented by Farmers Insurance, Bennett Sitter Agency, in Wyoming. For all auto, home, specialty, life, and commercial insurance needs, see what a Center can do for you. Call today at 616-980-4949 or visit at 2240 28th Street Southwest in Wyoming. MGN, he is the driver. I am Chandler T.
Oh, wow.
We're going to leave this in.
All right.
This is staying in the show. He is Chandler Timmer. I am Nate Dryer. This is what happens when you work together for 6 years. The names are one.
We're just one, yeah.
Chandler Timmer, Nate Dryer. Chandler Timmer, Nate Dryer. Michigan game night, tailgate report. We clearly have to stop talking. I do at least. I will see you all. I see you too. Friday night, Grandville, Wyoming. I think 6:30. We're on the air for that. Goodbye.
You like cartoons? This has our logo on the front, on the back. The Bulldogs, the biggest games, the best teams. That's our tagline because we do all of that, even though it makes some people mad.
So I'm glad to see that after Tuckus came and went, that. Why are you laughing?
I don't know.
That things are still on track there. Jennison. Things that stand out. Davison is going to kick everyone's. Bleep that. All right, welcome back, everyone, to the Scott Bates Farmers Insurance Agency pregame show. And he has returned. He's still on the beach. We've been bugging him about it all week long, but Chandler Timmer joins me here on the Bates Agency pregame show. CT, you seem to be doing better than the rest of us.
Yeah, I know it's pretty nice down here. I kind of like covering basketball this way.
I'm sure you do.
Continue looking to this moving forward.
I can't blame you one bit. All right.
The throw for the first down.
No way.
Wait, that's a touchback.
What?
Yes! 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 Yes!
Oh, my goodness. Can we...
Tonight. Let's talk a little bit more about Forest Hill Central because when you... Waylon Haney just hit a half-court buzzer beater to win the game. At the buzzer, the JV game. Grandville wins 55-52. If they look like that West Catholic team just ran roughshod on everyone a couple years ago, why did the camera move?
He just really loves what you got to say right now.
We're keeping this in. Seriously. Oh, it's on it's tracking for some reason.
Nope.
Okay. Now we'll go back. Okay. This is staying in.
Okay.
I don't know how it's staying in, but it's going to stay in some capacity. Now it's all messed up. All right, back.
All right.
Always relying on one player.
Yeah, Scott Bates Agency pregame show continues here on game night on Michigan Sports Radio. CT, I think the next thing that you have to mention most notably in this contest is break me every time still. Every single time that happens, it gets me. The winners still go to the Heartland student section last year at the Breslin Center. Those guys win every time. Season. We'll wrap up our broadcast with the Heinz Orthodontics smile of the game. So Pickerington North is a long ways away. Especially if you miss an exit when you're driving down there.
Who was driving?
Who was navigating? He's thrown at that point guard position. Tough backcourt in general. Getting to some of those other pieces that we have out there. After 3 years, it finally almost came down on me. Good catch. I don't know what kid caught that, but that was a good catch. But regardless, a tough back. You have any comments on the Trolls?
No. I mean, I'm with you.
You're friends with the Trolls? You are a troll?
Well, I have troll tendencies potentially when it comes to egging you on, I guess. But
your flight's at 5, or your?
Yeah, the flight out of Panama City is at 5, and we don't get home till midnight. So
that sucks. So you're actually, that was a lie. You're not going to be tuning in.
Yeah, no. If I'm at the airport at that time, I will be, but I'm likely missing most of it.
Okay.
your landscape a free buffet for the deer? Well, Deer Solution Repellent Service can help protect your shrubs and flowers from deer damage. Visit deersolution.com and schedule your free estimate today.
Mom, it's happening again. The internet froze. It's just buffering over and over.
Sounds like we need faster internet.
Back to school starts with better internet. Get Surf Fiber Fast Internet today for just $30 a month with AutoPay. Visit surfinternet.com.
We'll fix it in a snap.
You hear that? That's Service Professor fixing your drain, sewer, plumbing, electrical, heating, or cooling, and fixing it in a snap.
Service Professor will fix it in a snap.
Are you having a hard time hearing tonight's game? Hi, I'm Brock Conkle from Michigan Sports Radio, and after putting it off for many years, I decided to contact Miracle Ear and get my hearing tested, and sure enough, had significant hearing loss. The friendly staff at Miracle Ear fitted me with hearing aids, and life is so much more enjoyable being able to hear the things that I've been missing. Go to miracle-ear.com to schedule your free hearing evaluation. There's a location near you.
Graduation?
We've got you covered. Office party?
Let us handle it.
Sports?
Give us a call.
Come on down and see us at Detroit Wayne Company at Knapp's Crossing, or give us a call, 616-214-8329. We'll take care of all your catering needs. Come on, guys, get back to work. Get on the line. Let's go.
Tonight's high school football broadcasts on Michigan Sports Radio are presented by the Michigan Achievement Scholarship. Wherever your child is headed, there's free money to get them where they want to go.
Welcome back to Detroit. We're ready to roll the second half. We kept it moving through halftime. Granville right to left across your radio dial. Have got it teed up and ready to send it away here with Vasquez. He's recovered an onside kick already. Cass Tech has got no one behind the 30-yard line. They are expecting the Bulldogs to try to keep the ball. They're all in the pile at the 40-yard line around Vasquez here. Now they'll break out the kicking unit. He'll march it off. 12 fresh minutes on the board. Vasquez, 40, white uniform for the Bulldogs, 7-6 Cass Tech after a fascinating first half of play. Vasquez will boot this one on an angle to the 25-yard line, taken by an up man there. It's Wash over the 30-yard line, reversing field inside the 30, and he's tugged down back inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Good coverage by Roskam, ranging down to pin the technicians inside the 30. 11:50 to go. It took 10 seconds on that wild return, and it'll be the Cass Tech offense with only really their second full-fledged offensive drive, getting a real chance to head out onto the field right here. By the way, as we get the second half underway, the Family Fair tailgate special this week is Frito-Lay snacks. Buy two, get one free. Visit shopfamilyfair.com for all the specials. Nate Dreyer and Chandler Timmer with you here outside the press box at Cass Tech, right in the heart of Motown. A block or two from Comerica Park, where the Tigers play this evening. Ford Field, where these two teams maybe will meet a little bit later on. It's a offset eye pistol formation. A fullback off the left hip and a tailback Hendricks in behind the quarterback. The tailback Taylor in behind the quarterback, who gives over the 35-yard line on the turn and the give to the 36-yard line before the inside of the Granville defense, led by Naraki, making the stop. Donald Tabron the second. We talked at the open how incredible of a quarterback he has been, and how, of course, he's the number 5 guy in the entire country in terms of the sophomore class. They go split back gun again, 2nd and 6 from their own 37-yard line. He has not thrown the ball a ton at all so far in this game. Granville brings 4-down lineman, standing edge rusher. Tabron snap the chest, back to pass, pocket collapsing, turning away from the pressure. Down he goes. Kubzak makes the contact, and the sophomore quarterback, along with Matsky going to him, falls past inside his 30, back to the 27-yard line. Coach Stiegel talked to us on the field before the game. He said, we got to get to him, and the Bulldogs do it right there, 3rd and a mile.
Yeah, really big. The defense able to make a play on 2nd down, now put the technicians behind the chains. Multiple guys all game long. Defensive coordinator Zenner has been sending extra guys on the blitz, mixing it up between Naraki, Haney, Terry, all been alternating turns rushing through the line. That time able to get multiple guys into the backfield and get the sack.
4 wide set, 3rd down and 15 from their own 27-yard line. 10.5 to go, 3rd quarter. 7-6 Technicians. Tabron throws a screen, 25-yard line, right side to Sadler. Breaks his way over the 35, driving to the 40. Turns to the other side of the 40. Got a very good mark to the 41-yard line. He's a yard short. It's decision time here for Coach Rushing in the offense. They got to get a yard. Sorry, CT.
Yeah, no, quick pass to the outside and just let your playmaker do something with the football. Sadler, so electric with the ball in his hands. Nearly picked up the first down there, barely dragged down from behind.
They'll keep the offense, and they'll bring the big guy, 205-pound senior Carson Lovett. 14 offers overall, 5 of them for that kid are D1 offers. He's got the touchdown for Cass Tech in this ballgame. 4th and 1, 41-yard line. Coach Stiegel prowling the sideline. Casey Zenner running on the field to bark out some signals. Split back gun, 3 wide receivers. 4th and 1 from their own 41-yard line. Tabron resets the message. Granville brings an edge rusher off the far side. Snap to Tabron, give up the middle, and a first down run to Julian Taylor. Angles left to the 50, breaking into green grass 40, outside the numbers 30, 25-20, starter step at the 20, still on his feet, going ahead to the 5, touchdown Cass Tech. Julian Taylor takes it to the house. The sophomore with an explosive play, and it's 13-7, 13-6.
Bulldogs really stacking the box, playing aggressive. They were trying to shoot the gaps and stop that run, try to get off the field on 4th down. Instead, bounce to the outside and miss tackle in the open field. A great jump cut by Taylor, able to make the only guy that really had a chance make a miss, get down the sideline, and a tremendous block out front as well from a couple of his teammates and receivers out on the outside to help spring that one extra yardage. Does look like a penalty flag down, though, near the end of that run.
They're waving it off.
Touchdown going to stand. The penalty flag picked up.
All right, so 9.5 to go, 13-6 Cass Tech. The Technicians look to add the extra point here with Fabian Garza. Able to drill the first one. This is a big kick as well to make it an 8-point game. Again, Granville twice. If you missed the first half, twice in the first half, Granville drove inside the 10-yard line, failed to come away with points, and that a big part of trailing into the half. And Cass Tech makes them pay right away. They've been explosive both times they've had the football. High snap settled, right leg to the football for Garza. He got a lot more of this one with a big fist bump. He puts it right down the hatch and good. 14-6 Cass Tech. The Technicians with another big offensive answer right away when they touch the ball. We'll be right back here from Detroit.
The Michigan Achievement Scholarship is funding every grad, every path. And odds are your high school senior or recent grad will qualify for free money for community college, public or private university, or career training, no matter their GPA. And the scholarship is less income-based than you might expect. Wherever your child is headed, there's free money to get them where they want to go. Learn more at mi.gov/achievement.
Welcome back to Detroit. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timber Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio. Audio coverage here tonight. And Cass Tech has stretched their advantage to 8. 14-6 now. They drive it easily down the field. The terrific sophomore running back, Julian Taylor, doing the heavy lifting there as he goes 59 to the house. And now the Bulldogs have got their hands that much more full. Oren Kuyok backs inside the 10-yard line. Left to right across your radio dial, it is Fabian Garza in the all-home greens, getting ready to send it away for the Technicians. Right leg through the football, a striker. Down the left side, outside the numbers, taking the 15-yard line. Kuyok with speed over the 25, lowers the head into a tackle, dives to the 28-yard line. And the Bulldogs offense will roll onto the field now, trailing by 8, and for the first time feeling like they're really on the back foot in this ballgame. Even when they were down 7-6, it felt like they were still controlling things.
Yeah, they've been able to move the ball all night long, and still in this football game, the offense can keep pace, and that's about all you can ask for right now. The Cass Tech offense has been very efficient when they've been on the field, but right now the offense for the Bulldogs looking to do what they've done all game long, control the football here, move it down, just got to capitalize down inside the red zone.
Bulldogs out of the tee, 2 safeties now, stretch right to Jayden Terry, 25-yard line, tries to turn the corner, lowered the head into a big hit and pushes for maybe a yard there as he's never able to turn the corner, gotten that one stretched out around the edge. 9:04 and less to go to be 2nd and 10 or 2nd and 8 here. They will give them a couple yards up to the 29-yard line. So 2nd down and 8 for the Bulldogs. 8:55 and less to go. Victor Polk off the edge in on that stop. Granville, 2nd and 8, own 29-yard line, 2 tight end T. Vogelsong under center, give Jayden Terry right guard, straight into the pile. He ran to the back of Daniel Wiley, angles past him, dives ahead just shy of the 35 to the 33-yard line. It's going to be 3rd down and 5 for the Bulldogs right here. Some adversity right away for the offense now.
Yeah, yardage a little bit tough to come by here on the first couple snaps of the drive. See if the Bulldogs are going to continue to feed Jayden Terry. The drive, they really got to have it. He's got the first 2 handoffs. Might go right back to him here on 3rd down.
Make it 3rd and 4. 8 minutes to go. Now 14-6 Cass Tech. Fogelsonger out of the tee. Jayden Terry again right up the middle. 2 ends on the ball. Pushes over right guard into a pile. Diving for the first down. The mark is going to give it to him on the number. Jayden Terry gets the 37-yard line and gets the first down. Good tough run there from Tank. He gets all 3 of the first touches of the second half.
This looks like a drive where Coach Stiegel is just going to say, Jayden Terry, here you go, take the football and try to lead us down the field. 3 tough runs right there to get a first down and get the series moving.
7:45 to go, 3rd quarter. Dogs out of the tee from their own 38-yard line. Fogelsonger, trap play, up the middle. Hardiman, nowhere to go. He was wrapped up right away in the hole. Got back to the line of scrimmage before Stovall Jr. made the stop. And this will be a 2nd down and 10 right back where they were at the 38-yard line.
As well as the Bulldogs have moved the ball down the field, the technicians have stayed sound enough on defense that they have not gotten beat for that big play. A lot of times you'll see the defense, especially one that's not as familiar with the T offense, will have some lapses, a missed key in there eventually, and there'll be a big one that's broken. They have not had that yet here tonight.
They'll give them forward progress a yard. 39-yard line, 2nd and 9. Granville down 14-6 with just under 7 minutes to go. So misdirection in the backfield onto Jayden Terry. Over right guard, bursting out of the pile to the 45-yard line and backs his way into the safety LaMarcus Army to move it over the 45 to the 46-yard line and give the Dogs about a 3rd down and 2 or 3 right here. It will be 3rd and 2 from the 46. 6:33 and less to go. Clock running, 3rd quarter. 14-6 Cass Tech. Granville traveling white uniforms. Home greens for the Technicians, the top team, and the reigning state champions on their home field here tonight. The first of back-to-back years we're going to see these teams opening up in the non-conference part of the season. They'll come to Granville next year. Fogelsonger to Jayden Terry, up the middle, into the pile, has the first down, bursting out of the pile at the 40, at the 35, right up the middle of the field, 20, 15-yard line, cut move 10, on his feet 5, diving for the end zone. He's down to the 1, a magic act, 1st and goal Granville. What a run by Tank.
You can see right away from this series, Jayden Terry was determined. He's had a couple tough runs. That one right there would have had the first down, but then stood up, looked like he was going to be stood up and the whistle blown, and instead he just bursted out of the pile, broke a couple tackles, stiff arm down the field, almost got into the end zone. He was not wanting to be denied right there. Came up just short. Now the Bulldogs going to have to punch it in from a spot where they've been stopped a couple times.
Dude's crazy. 1st and goal, 1-yard line. Inside 6 minutes to go in the 3rd. Fogelsonger, some misdirection, give to Terry, diving for the end zone, touchdown, Granville, 2nd of the game for Terry. Dogs within 2, 5:44 in the 3rd.
The drive the Bulldogs needed right there. Impressive. Most of the work done by Jayden Terry on that long run right there, capitalizing from the 1-yard line, a spot down inside the 5 where they've had issues here tonight, able to get in the end zone there. Now a chance with a 2-point conversion to tie the football game right back up.
A huge 2-point conversion, 5:44 to go, 3rd quarter. What an answer from Tank. Dogs will go to a double wing. Haney will be the setback. Left to right, Hardiman in motion. Fogelsonger rolling right to pass. Pressure coming from behind. Sacked at the 11-yard line. Put it on the ground, and it's landed on and run back. They can't get the 1 point back the other way in the high school game, as that was falling on And a huge hit off the end from Marcus Jennings, the safety and outside backer. And it's 14-12 Technicians, 5:44 in the third. And once again, Grandville fails on a 2-point conversion after a big score, but they're within 2. Looking for food that's actually fresh and good for you? Locavana brings farm fresh food right to your front door, and ordering a week of groceries takes 5 minutes or less. Their website features trusted West Michigan farmers and food producers, so every bite is healthier, tastier, and better for your family. And because they deliver in their own temperature-controlled trucks, everything arrives just as fresh as it left the farm. Skip the grocery store and use code football15 on locavana.com to save 15% on your first order. Center Agency in Wyoming presents everything. Game night on Michigan Sports Radio. A big answer for the Bulldogs, but once again, leaving points on the table as they try to get creative on the goal line, but that is a team that likes to rush the passer, and Marcus Jennings with a big hit. I don't know if he was ruled down or just called off right there, but regardless, a big hit as the ball is put on the ground.
A couple stops now, and those 2-point conversions, the difference in the game, and some of those 2-point attempts have gone to those rollouts, trying to buy some time for Fogelsonger to find someone in the end zone, but the coverage has been good initially, and then the pass rush able to get home when they have that much time in the secondary.
As of now, though, we're looking for the service professor electrifying play the game, among others. That Terry run could be one of them. Vasquez puts us back underway, right to left across the radio dial. A high tumbler taken by Wash at the 20-yard line. He'll angle back to the 25, and he'll go the wrong way back to the 21, where Gavin Roskam along with Kuyok will make the stop as kind of a carbon copy of the last return right there. Here comes the Technicians offense. They couldn't have made it look any easier on their last drive. Coach Zenner and the Bulldogs defense going to have to bow up right here. Cass Tech has only had 2 real drives in this game. They scored easily, almost all on the ground both times.
Yeah, they've been really effective when on the field. They've gone about 98 yards on their first drive in just a couple plays, and then last time 70 yards in just a couple plays. Now, the one thing I think the Bulldogs feel like they had a couple snaps that they won last time. They were able to get a sack on Tabron, and then it really came down to a 4th and 1 where they went for it and turned into a 59-yard touchdown thanks to a missed tackle. But they had them in a situation. That's exactly what Coach Zenner is trying to get them into, just trying to win on that 3rd or 4th down when they get to it.
From their own 23, 3 wide receivers, tight end is right. Tabron, delayed handoff, up the middle line of the speedster Hendricks, breaking left 35, broke a tackle 40, angles outside the numbers of the 50, down the left sideline 40, 35-yard line, and Brown makes a touchdown-saving tackle to the 25-yard line. Grandville struggling to stop the spread run game. There's a penalty marker, though, down at the 40. That might be a hold on the edge, and that might be coming back. I think that's exactly what it is.
Yeah, well down the field, about 10 yards past the original first down marker, where Hendricks is really able to turn that one into a long gain, and does look like now the offense is going to be coming back thanks in part to the hold right there. Going to save a huge gain from the Cass Tech offense.
5:24 to go, 14-12 Cass Tech. Right now, of course, the hold a big part of the explosive play right there, but for the Bulldogs, the ability to stop the run right now is becoming an issue. They stopped the inside run game really well last week against Muskegon. It was the edge plays that got them. This game is pretty much everything out of the spread, out of more power sets. They're getting beat right now in the run game, and we haven't even really seen Tabron have to do a ton yet. So this now turns into a 1st and 10 from the 33-yard line. 5:24 to go, 14-12. Tabron works from the gun. He once again has Damari Hendricks, the 5'5 junior, offset to his right hip. Tight end right, stack of receivers left. Tabron leans into the gun, snap of the chest, drop to pass. Pocket holds, clutches, fires right side, in and out of the hands of the streaking freshman Taylor Thomas at the 50. The big guy was able to break between a couple of Bulldog defensive backs. The throw was pretty well on the money, but he can't hang on to it 2nd and 10.
That was a really tight window to try to fit the ball through, but he did. Hit the receiver in the hands, but dropped right there. It looked dangerous for a 2nd 3. Bulldog defenders all in the area.
Outside, really a couple screens, slants, easy throws. We haven't seen Tabron have to do anything through there. That's the first time we've seen the arm talent, which again, there's a lot of comparisons that compare him to Bryce Underwood at Michigan, what he was at this age. Of course, Underwood won state championships his first 2 years like Tabron's trying to do. The arm talent certainly there. 5:18, 2nd and 10, own 33-yard line. Right to left across the line, they motion Thomas. Up the middle, Hendricks stopped in the backfield, and he's ripped down at the 29-yard line by the face mask of Kubzak. Kubzak, I think, was reaching out. It was not necessarily meant it there as he reached out to grab him. He banged his own helmet after the stop, but a loss of 4 or 5 will turn into a face mask penalty against Kubczak and the Bulldogs. Huge mistake right there.
Yeah, it's killer for the Bulldogs right there. After you get the incompletion, chance to make a play in the backfield right there. It would have been a loss of a couple yards at least, but Hendrick's so shifty. Multiple Bulldogs in the backfield just trying to get their hands on him. Tried to make a move, and yeah, grabbing the face mask inadvertently there with the left hand. Going to get the free first down and 15 yards for the Cass Tech offense for a first down.
And a couple big penalties either direction here. 5:13 to go from their own 47-yard line. Technicians will put tight end Polk to the right side. 3 wide receivers set. It is Sadler isolated the right numbers against Jaden Brown. Out of the pistol, Tabron, snap at the chest, give up the middle. Carson Lovett lowering the shoulder. 50, the ball came free, and it's landed on by the Bulldogs. Josh Crater. The ball pops out of the tackle. Crater falls on it. Dogs ball at their own 49-yard line. 4:55 to go in the third.
Huge play right there from the Bulldogs. After the penalty, got the first down. The hit right there causing the football to pop free. Able to jump on top of it. Big switch of possession. Exactly what the Bulldogs needed. Get their offense fantastic field position and a chance to try to take the lead.
4:55 to go, third quarter, 14-12 Cass Tech. Here comes the Grandville offense. Josh Crater was Johnny on the spot, gets the football. And now Jeffrey Fogelsonger in the offense. Get ready to work from their own 28-yard line. Fogelsonger will go under center, but as he does, Coach Rushing didn't like how something was setting up. He's got to burn his first time out of the second half. Let's catch our breaths. We got 4:55 to go in the third quarter. Grandville's defense makes the big play they needed when they needed it right there. It was a sloppy start for everyone that drive, and it ends pretty sloppily for Cass Tech as well. And now Grandville has to execute twice. They've driven inside the 10-yard line. They were unable to score points. That sort of thing is going to have to end. They need points here the way this game's going.
Yeah, they really are in a position now. It's all game long. It was a matter of how are you going to get the possessions necessary to win the game. They stole one on the onside kick, rather. Didn't capitalize on it. Cass Tech's been able to hold the lead for a while. Now they get another possession here off the turnover, the fumble. Kubczak getting a helmet on the ball and popping it free. The offense starting just shy of midfield and a chance to capitalize and right some of the wrongs that they had early on in the game.
Talk about Kubczak, commits the penalty, makes the big play right away. Fogelsonger under center to Jayden Terry on the misdirection, turns his back over the 50, dives to the 49-yard line where Wash makes the stop. A gain of 2 on first down for Tank. 4:45, I should say, to go. Clock running on down in the third quarter. 14-12. The reigning state champions lead the Bulldogs here from downtown Detroit. A charged up atmosphere at Cass Tech. Dogs faithful traveled pretty well. They got that visiting side stands all loaded on up. As if we thought they wouldn't, even with this sort of game having to make that travel. 2 tight ends for the Bulldogs from the 49-yard line, a 2nd and 8. 4 down front coming for the Technicians. Trap give up the middle. Hardiman lower the head, breaks into the open field 30 at the 25. Eagles left 20, getting caught from behind at the 10. Bulls through the tackle into the end zone. Touchdown Grandville. Dogs lead it 18-14. DJ Hardiman 49 to the house.
You can tell the Bulldogs offense starting to wear a little bit on the Technicians defense. That's now the second long run. Jayden Terry had one on the previous possession. Now Hardiman breaking one through the heart of the defense right there. Long touchdown run. Bulldogs offense making sure they cash in off the turnover that their defense got them.
You mentioned earlier you're trying to break that trap open. They get it to Hardiman there, and the Dogs lead it with 4:04 to go. What a turnaround in this game. The Bulldogs force the turnover, and they strike right away. They will go for 2. Hardiman in the middle of Terry left, Haney right, out of the teeth for Fogelsonger. Trying to make it a 6-point lead. Fogelsonger give. Terry stop the line of scrimmage, stays on his feet, jumps backwards, then jumps through an open hole into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. What a run by Tank. 20-14 Grandville, 4:04 in the third. We'll be right back from Detroit. Game Night Shop is back for 2025 and restocked with new designs for the new season, along with classic bestsellers like the Grandville vs. Everyone Power T-shirts. Show your support for game night and our Granville Bulldogs coverage with exclusive designs of t-shirts, hoodies, crew necks, hats, beanies, drinkware, stickers, and much more. Visit MichiganGameNight.com/shop to check it out today. Oh, what a turnaround. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer from Detroit. 20-14, Granville leads DJ Hardiman 40 to the house. Junior's a monster, CT. We've seen it last year, but especially this year. How about that run? It's 40-yarder last week, but that run breaks out of the trap play. The speed to build the gap, and then he gets 2 defenders on the 10, and he just drags them with him the last 10 yards. There's not been a fullback here for Granville. It's got that mix of speed and power to pull off a trap run like that one.
He's got the combo, and right there, I mean, it has to be pretty perfectly defended by the defense in order to stop it. Just a slip up right there in the middle, a little bit late to recognize the trap, catches him off guard, and Hardiman makes him pay when he's got that speed to get through the line initially, but then the strength in the upper bodies. He's got multiple guys in the secondary trying to drag him down, and just able to stand strong, get into the end zone, and really impressive run now in back-to-back weeks for Hardiman.
Dogs right to left to send it away with Vasquez. Once again, Cass Tech, they got a bunch of returners just standing shoulder to shoulder at the 30-yard line. Those are the deepest guys they got, so they are anticipating Vasquez to try an onside kick. Now they will back those returners. Sykes is the deepest man. He goes to the 20-yard line. Right to left, here comes Vasquez. Right leg through the football, punches this one towards the left sideline, bounces at the 5, cuts down in the grass and rolls into the end zone. That was perfect, using the U.S. Open rough. Very long cut here at Cass Tech to his advantage. Perfectly placed by Vasquez. And here comes Cass Tech. They start at their own 20. 4:04 to go, 20-14 Granville.
Defense able to make a play last time they were on the field for the Bulldogs. Knocked the football free, jumped on the fumble, got the possession that got them the lead. Now can they do it again? Find another way to get a stop. It's been a offense for Cass Tech that's had some really big plays. They've been really dominant in the run game, have broke some big ones, but Bulldogs just trying to make a play here and there, force the ball free, maybe get themselves a chance on 3rd and 4th down to get off the field once again.
Cass Tech and Donald Tabron will break it out. 4:04 to go, 3rd quarter. Granville leads by 6. 4 wide set, ball in between the hashes at the 20 from the gun. Tailback right hip is Damari Hendricks. Snap at the chest, fake handoff. Tabron throws right flat, caught 18-yard line. Sadler, outside number 25, burst of speed 40. Right sideline 45. Prater knocks him out of bounds with a shoulder there to the 46-yard line. A dangerous play in space to Sadler. He wants to work with some tempo as he's yelling at Coach Rushing to do just that right now. They'll put him out at the 45-yard line on the official mark. 3:57 to go. Clock stop 3rd quarter. 20-14 Granville. Cass Tech off to a quick start on the throw in the flat.
I've ran that play a couple times now, and it's done them really well. Just a quick screen pass out to the flat. Let Sadler take it, and he's able to make a couple guys miss with the Bulldogs secondary playing off in coverage.
Tabron leans into the shotgun once again. Right to left, puts Sykes in motion. It hits Sykes, does the snap. They're able to get it onto Tabron. Hands off to Hendricks, runs over the 50, backs his way down to the 47-yard line, got ripped down by Matsky for a gain of 9. A dangerous play right there as that one hits Sykes. A little bit of shoving between the technicians as well there, in between Tabron and Sadler, who have been a little bit unhappy, I think, the last couple of drives. And it's going to be 2nd and 1, though, from the 46-yard line here. Hendricks will go off. Here comes the power back Taylor. He has killed the Bulldogs, had the big run on the last drive, or 2 drives ago. 2nd and 1, Bulldog 46-yard line. 4 wide set, 3:11 to go, 3rd quarter, Granville by 6. Tabron leans into the shotgun. 2 wide receivers to either side. Snap of the chest. Drop to pass. Has time. Firing deep over the middle for Sadler. Jump ball caught. 25-yard line. Turns his way over the 20. Got leveled by Braylon Haney, but he's got it inside the red zone. Sadler, for the first time, getting utilized this drive, and he's looking dangerous. 2:56 in the 3rd.
Most of Sadler's work has come in the screen game where he's able to catch it at the line and then make a play down the field, make guys miss. That time more of a vertical route to post down the middle of the field. Tabron hits him right in the middle of the defense, able to get another nice chunk.
This kid can throw a football, can't he? He can throw it on a rope. There's a reason why 24 teams have already given him an offer, including Michigan, Michigan State, Penn State, Auburn, and everyone else. 2 back, pistol formation here. Love it off the right hip. Deep back is Taylor. They gave it to him on the way. 10-yard line, breaking right at the 5, into the end zone, touchdown, Cass Tech, but a penalty marker flies at the goal line as he goes into the end zone. For the time being, it's 20-all, but I think this one's coming back, at least coming back out of the end zone.
Yeah, looks like another hold. I think it was Sadler on the outside who was holding the DB that let Taylor get to the outside. This one, I think, going to be first down again, but a touchdown going to come off the board.
All right, 2:31 to go. The touchdown does come off the board. Cass Tech has shown the ability to throw the football, but boy, their run game has been nasty, and Julian Taylor has been a huge part of that. Had the big run earlier, has another one there. So this will turn into 1st and 10, 16-yard line. Lovett comes off the field. They'll spread it a little bit more right here. In from the sideline of the call is Tabron. Where's 8? There's Tabron in a white number across the all-green, forest green uniform for the defending state champions. Breaks it out. And we'll go out of a power set, a tight end off either side of the line from the pistol. One receiver either side as well. Taylor is the pistol back. Snap to Tabron, give to Taylor. Breaks right at the 10, on his feet, diving down inside the 5, pulling for the goal line. He's down at about the 2 or 3. That will move the chains. 1st and goal, Cass Tech 2-21 in the 3rd quarter.
To the GRANDVILLE 2-yard line.
Taylor, quite the dominant runner as well. He's got some tremendous size that helps him break some tackles, but really quick feet as well. The change of direction's been impressive. Seeing a lot of the Bulldogs having some issues trying to get their hands on him and bring him down.
Same formation here. They loaded up, tight end off either side of the line from the pistol. Taylor the back, stretch run, left, big hole, touchdown, Cass Tech. This time, no doubt about it, into the end zone, 20-all. Julian Taylor, 2nd of the game for the sophomore. He's looking dangerous, the whole offense looking dangerous, and the extra point could take the lead for the Technicians.
Another impressive drive from the Technicians offense. Nice mix of the pass and the run. A couple of big plays in the pass game to Sadler, and then some really nice runs from Taylor. Had one taken off the board in part to a hold, but right there, another chance at it from the 2-yard line, punching it in.
All right, Fabian Garza with his biggest extra point of the game as he looks to take the lead with 2:20 to go in the 3rd. Right leg through the football. That one is good. Able to get the angle on it. 21-20. Cass Tech back on top on their home field. We'll be right back from Detroit. This broadcast is presented by Farmers Insurance, Bennett Center Agency in Wyoming. For all auto, home, specialty, life, and commercial insurance needs, see what a center can do for you. Call today at 616-980-4949 or visit at 2240 28th Street Southwest in Wyoming. Welcome back, Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer, 2:20 to go, 3rd quarter. Cass Tech back out top, 21-20, a classic right here. The Bulldogs made the long trip, and they've been making a statement. Garza, after he added the extra point, gets righty left to right across the radio dial to send this away. All home green uniforms for the Technicians, numbers and trimming in white. Bulldogs in the traveling whites with maroon numbers, lettering and trimming. Oren Kuyo backs to the 10-yard line to return it. Garza fires the crowd up, 2 hands in the air, pumping things on up. Strikes the right leg through the football, and a short kick taken at the 25-yard line at the left side by the up man, Jaden Brown. He gets the 30 where he walks into a pile. The Bulldogs will have to go 70 yards. They're back down, but wait, the ball come out at the end of the play? Cass Tech is saying they have it. They are wrestling at the bottom of this pile. GRANDVILLE's got the offense completely out there right now. They don't seem to think that was the case. Brown's got the ball at the bottom of the pile. It is GRANDVILLE football at the 30, but a bit of a moment of fear right there for Dogs fans. 2:13 to go in the 3rd.
Brown looked like he was holding on to the ball for dear life at the bottom of that pile, and Bulldogs offense going to find their way back out onto the field. Nice drive last time out, the touchdown run from Hardiman. We'll see, we've had 4 touchdowns scored now in the 3rd quarter after 2 in the first half and in the entirety of the first half. So we'll see if the Bulldogs offense maybe gets back into that grinding style of offense, taking some time off the clock, let their defense breathe a little bit here, if nothing else.
5 on the front line for Cass Tech. They do have 2 high safeties this time. 1st and 10. Granville from the 30. Snap to Fogelsonger, stretch right. Jayden Terry getting some decent blocking set up over the 30. Turns up the 35-yard line. Stays on his feet, tripping over a pile to the 37. The final contact from Justin Bonner, but a good gain of 6 or 7 on first down from Jayden Terry. We take inside 2 minutes to go to the third. 21-20 Cass Tech. Granville take 14 minutes to clock off right here. That might be the goal.
They've had a couple long drives already here. I wouldn't be surprised. It looks like pretty slow pace again to start this one. Nice run from Jayden Terry, but slow getting in and out of the huddle.
2nd down and 3 from the 37-yard line. Fogelsonger under center. Braylon Haney following blockers left side, gets laid out at the line of scrimmage. Gavin Fernandez came shooting through and stuffs them right back where they started. It will be 3rd down and 3. Clock keeps ticking. Inside 1:15 to go, 3rd quarter. Cass Tech by a point over the Granville Bulldogs. Long word from Stiegel into Fogelsonger, and the Bulldogs senior quarterback will break him out. Jeffrey Fogelsonger, 6'1", 170 pounds, had a passing touchdown a week ago. Had a good first down run on a bootleg in this game, otherwise been orchestrating the offense nicely. Couldn't mark on that run, by the way. They wanted to give the Dogs a couple of yards. It's 3rd down and 1 here on the push forward. Trap play, Hardeman up the middle again. Ducked ahead at the 50. He got tripped up at the 49-yard line. Stays on his feet, backing his way to the 45. It took 4 green shirts to wrestle him down. And finally he goes down. DJ Hardeman taking over. 1st and 10. Inside 40 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter.
Another run right up the middle from Hardeman, breaking a couple tackles, nearly broke out of a pile, much like Terry did earlier on in the game, and starting to see that trap play open up a little bit for the Bulldogs offense.
Granville plus out of the field, 45-yard line, down a point, 25 seconds to go. Fogelsonger out of the tee, 1 high safety, up high for the technicians. Trap, Hardeman again, jumping past the wave, burst of speed, 35, breaking out of the pile, stiff arm 25, takes 2 safeties to wrestle him down, led by LaMarcus Army to the 24. 9.9 on the clock. DJ Hardeman rolling right now for Granville. What a run that one was.
Breaking a couple tackles again. Hardeman really racking him up right now. Stiff arm there as well. Just continuing to show that blend of speed, power, and some of the ability in the open field as well.
All right, clock is going to run. The Dogs will take it to the 4th quarter. 21-20. Cass Tech by a point over Granville. The Dogs are driving. What a battle this one has been in the shadow of Motown, and I cannot wait for the final 12 minutes. We'll be right back here on Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio.
Exceptional oral care from Grand Rapids to Reed City? Trust the Center for Oral Surgery and Dental Implants. With 2 convenient locations in Rockford and Grand Rapids, we make even complex procedures seem easy. Whether you need wisdom teeth removed, multiple tooth extractions, or a dental implant consultation, we offer flexible scheduling. Our team works seamlessly with your general dentist to provide safe and accessible care. Call us today at 616-361-7327 or visit GrandRapidsOralSurgery.com.
We'll fix it in a snap.
You hear that? That's Service Professor fixing your drain, sewer, plumbing, electrical, heating, or cooling, and fixing it in a snap.
Service Professor will fix it in a snap.
Final 12 minutes. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer. 21-20 Cass Tech. Granville's got it 1st and 10 as they drive left to right. Up to the technician 24-yard line. Jeffrey Fogelsonger under center out of the tee. The defense crowds in. Fogelsonger, fake give Haney on to Terry. Right guard pushing a pile, lowers the shoulder, down to the 20, down to the 19-yard line. A penalty marker came flying into the back of the pile as well. I'm pretty curious to see what this one is, if it's going to be a hold on the Dogs and coming back. It was thrown late, though. It was after really he entered that pile.
Yeah, I think thrown to the right side, right where Terry was trying to go through. I do believe a hold going to be called along the offensive line there.
That's what it is. So for the first time the Bulldogs get a hold, they will get things backed up, and that certainly is going to stall out what has been a terrific offensive march.
I don't think there's any need to get too crazy here. They've been moving the ball pretty effectively out of their base T offense. Haven't had to go to many of the unique formations that we thought we might see from Coach Deagle. He's used them on the 2-point conversions and hasn't had a ton of success. I think you continue to run the ball here. You don't need to go to the play action shot right away on first down with the way they've been running it.
It is 1st and 20 from the 34-yard line, plus side of the field. Penalty markers raining in, and Granville's going to get 5 free yards. The technicians, for the third time in this game, are in offside, so make it 1st and 15 now for the Dogs. They'll bring it inside the 30-yard line of the 29.
Immediately going to the hard count. After you get the 10-yard penalty, backs you up behind the chains. You get 5 of those yards right back on the penalty. Really smart to go to the hard count there. Helps your offense out that much more. Still behind the chains, but a little bit more manageable.
Clock is running in the final quarter. 11 and a half minutes to go. 1st and 15 from the 29-yard line. Plus side of the field for the Bulldogs, trailing by a point. Up the middle on to the charging run for Hardiman. Spins his way over the 15, down to the 14-yard line. He's got it. First down. DJ Hardiman gets it all. My goodness, what a run.
Hardiman continuing to rip off some chunks, and behind the play, I believe it was Naraki and Sadler kind of getting into a little shoving match, and nothing going to be called right there, but maybe something to keep an eye on. But another impressive run from Hardiman. He's well over 100 yards now, got 130, 140 right now.
1st and 10, Granville, 14-yard line. They move it, and they'll work out of the tee. Down a point, 11:08 to go. One high safety up there in Wash. Under center goes Fogelsonger. Jayden Terry, right side, ran right into the pile. Bounces outside 10. Pulling his way down to the 5-yard line. Shoves down to the 3. Looks like his face mask maybe even got pulled on a little bit right there. Not the call, but Terry inside around the 5-yard line on a good run to the outside. He'll move the chains. 1st and goal, Granville. Tank doing it again. 10:46 to go. The mark is going to be marking the 6-yard line. They mark him out a little bit before where he finished falling forward, so it's going to be 2nd down and about 1.5 yards from the 6 here for the Bulldogs. 10.5 to go. Fogelsonger in from the sideline with the call here. 2nd down and 1, 6-yard line. Make it 5.25 yard line. That's where they have to get to. Under center will go Fogelsonger out of the tee. Sadler, the high safety. Give, trap up the middle. Hardiman jumping through the pile and dives ahead to the 1.5 yard line. So this time it's 1st and goal, Granville. The clock will run inside 10 minutes to go. Someone's down at the bottom of the pile. It's a Bulldog. And getting back up to his feet is Hardiman. And down he goes again. He'll get stretched out. Remember, he had a cramp back in the first half as well. Coach Stiegel's coming on the field to check on the guy that's been his starring running back in the second half. Not many times we've said someone different than number 28's the starring running back, but DJ Hardiman, the Bulldogs got to make sure that he's good to go because he is having the game of his career tonight.
Yeah, he sure is. 14 carries, 143 yards, and him and Jayden Terry going run for run right now. Terry's got 170 plus, and both these guys really doing a fantastic job for the Bulldogs offense. If they started to break off a couple big ones, now this is, again, the area where they struggled in the first half. Down inside the 10-yard line. Got to be able to punch it in right here. They got stood up twice in the first half.
His knee went down at the, let's call it the 2-yard line. 10:01 to go. 21-20. The scoreboard hasn't always matched what's been happening on the field here tonight. That's where the struggle has been a little bit from us. 10:01 to go, and the Bulldogs will break it out. 1st and goal. Down to the 2-yard line. Kuyok will come in at fullback for this play to replace Hardiman. Ball on the right hash mark. Granville out of the tee. Defense crowds from the goal line on up. Fogelsonger give. Jayden Terry breaking right, diving for the end zone. Touchdown, Granville! Touchdown, Jayden Terry. 3rd of the night. It's 26-21 Granville.
175 yards and 3 touchdowns. Jayden Terry, another huge performance from him here in week 2.
Mr. Football.
He's making a statement right here, and I think he kind of knew if he had a big game, the attention that would bring, and then a bunch of the stars on the other opposing sideline for Cass Tech. He knew a lot of people watching this game They've been able to attack some of those highly touted players for the technicians, and then the stats he's been able to put up are another really impressive performance.
Dogs will go for 2. This is a big one. They can make it a 7-point lead. Kuyok remains in at fullback. Out of the tee, Fogelsonger. Under center, the senior quarterback. Fogelsonger gives, stretch right. Jayden Terry gets a block, turns it to the goal line, touchdown, 2-point conversion, good. Jayden Terry gets into the corner of the end zone. Granville by 7, 28-21 with 9:45 to go in the ball game. We'll be right back from Cass Tech.
Cello's Restaurante is where great food and sports come together. There's something for everyone, from a variety of handcrafted pizzas along with classic Italian dishes. With over 50 plus TVs on each location, you won't miss any action of the big game. Plus, they deliver. To check out their menu or order online, go to ucellos.com. Check us out to see why we're the #1 sports lounge in the area.
Kellermeyer Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling, providing quality, reliable service since 1996.
Welcome back to Cass Tech. Granville back on top. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer, 28-21 Dogs. Third touchdown of the night for Jayden Terry. Adds the 2-point conversion for good measure and makes it a 7-point lead for good measure as well. Vasquez and the kicking unit now getting ready to send this one on away for the Bulldogs. Corey Sadler will back down to his 15-yard line. A return here is Vasquez will send it left to right across your radio dial. Dogs all traveling whites, home green uniforms for the technicians. Granville got an onside kick on the very first kickoff of the game. They're all in a pile right now around Vasquez. Sykes will join as a deep man to the near side. On the left, the right side, far side goes Sadler back to the 15-yard line. Bulldog kicking unit breaks out along the 35-yard line, and now Vasquez will mark it off and get ready to punch this one away. 9:45 to go. Granville back on top again. Vasquez strikes through the football. Right leg puts a high tumbler to the far or near side of the field. 25-yard line taken there by Sykes. Broke a tackle 35 on his feet to the 40 and gets twisted down to the 44-yard line by Kolenda. 9:39 to go, 28-21. Cass Tech offense back out. They've only been stopped by the end of the first half and by a fumble. Besides that, they have been entirely dominant, but they trail by 7 because there has been the weirdest game script I've ever seen in the history of football tonight.
It's been very unique, and the Bulldogs defense has been trying to find an answer. They got helped on that somewhat unconventional stop right before the end of the half, and then been able to punch the ball free the one time. And other than that, it's been a lot of big gains and not a lot of plays for the technicians on the offensive side of things. They've been able to use Sadler in the pass game and then use a trio of running backs to really open things up.
Remember, within all that, too, Granville, again, 2 times they've failed to score inside the 10-yard line, so they've blown some chances, too. Tabron snap out of the pistol, penalty marker down in the secondary as they're blowing whistles on the snap. Curious what this one could be. Officials coming over to talk to Coach Rushing. Sorry, Chandler.
Yeah, I believe, too many men on the field for the defense. They had 12 out there.
They did. Coach Zenner, as you would imagine, is not happy. He's meeting with Daniel Wiley, who comes off the field. So a free 5 yards, get up to the Cass Tech offense, something that the Granville defense certainly has not had to do. Cass Tech staying powerful. Tight end off either side of the line. Receiver splits to either way. The Bulldogs bring 4 down linemen. From the pistol, Tabron. 9:37 to go. Turn and a stretch run over left guard onto Hendricks. Broken up at the line of scrimmage. Tries to turn it to the 50. Matsky and Wyman level him. He gets a yard out of it after he was met right away in the hole. The Bulldogs able to win up front a little bit there on a power-on-power unit. 9:21 and less to go in the ball game. Granville 28, Cass Tech 21.
Wyman, really nice job shedding the block initially. Able to meet Hendricks in the hole right there, wrap him up. Just a short gain on first down after giving up the 5 free yards on the penalty.
Same formation, 2 tight end pistol. 2nd down and 4, 49-yard line. Hendricks the back, they faked him. Tabron rolling right to pass. Pressure coming from Kubzak. Throws off his back foot into the dirt. 40-yard line, incomplete. but a penalty marker flies around where the linebacking core was at the 50-yard line.
I think likely going to get an ineligible man downfield here. There's a lineman about 5 yards down as that play was developing.
They will talk to Coach Stiegel, see what he decides to do with this. Going backwards. That's what Evan Wyman's saying. He's pushing him backwards. So Cass Tech will go back now to their own 45-yard line right here. And the ineligible man call comes in now from the official. Tabron in from the sideline with a call. 2nd down and 9 for Cass Tech off the penalty here. Oh, no, they did decline it, didn't they?
Yeah, it was some miscommunication amongst the officials. The one over the ball had marked the 5 yards back, and then the official signaling it said they declined it. Looks like
that's what I figured they do.
Declining is the official call here. Now going to be 3rd and short.
Granville brings some muscle in. Daniel Wiley adds to the front line. They got 5 linemen across the front line here. 3rd down and 4, right at the 50-yard line for the Technicians. 8:52 to go in the game. 28-21 Granville. Tabron in from the sideline with the call. Coach Rushing looking on as his offense breaks out. They change out the unit. Taylor Thomas, the big 240-pound freshman, will go wing right here. Short shotgun. Now backing into a full gun formation. 3 wide receiver set. Granville, 5 down linemen. Snap at the waist of Tabron. Drop to pass, fires left side, jump ball, caught 41-yard line by Sadler. Goes out of bounds to the 39 as he's wrestled out by Naraki. And that will move the chains to Sadler again.
Come back out on the outside from Sadler. The defense, the secondary once again playing well off to that side and just a timing route. Tabron able to put it on the outside shoulder right there and pick up the 1st down.
8:35 and less to go. Granville by 7. Tabron breaks it out. Goes back to the gun. Wing right is Thomas. 3 wide receiver set. Dogs bring 4 down linemen. Left foot offset in front of the right from the shotgun. The sophomore leaning. Trying to get the Bulldogs to jump offside. Snap at the chest. Give up the middle with speed. Taylor again. Breaks the tackle 20. Outside the numbers 15. Lowers the shoulder inside the 10. Down to the 6-yard line. Luke was in to help save a touchdown along with Brown. 1st and goal. Again, Julian Taylor, the big sophomore. He's got 5 Division I offers, including Louisville, Pitt, and Wisconsin. I see why.
It's been impressive. There's been some big holes along that left side of the offensive line, too, running behind left tackle Leaf Canty, who's going to be playing at the next level as well. They continue to open some space that way, and then Taylor, once he gets through the hole, has been very dynamic.
A couple of backs in here off the left hip. Lovett out of the pistol. The pistol back is Julian Taylor. 2 wide receivers set. Snap. And a stretch run left here onto Taylor at the 5, lowering his shoulder, diving for the pylon. He's out at the 1-yard line. Naraki and Haney combine on the tackle. 2nd and goal. Clock will tick inside. 8 minutes to go. Granville leads by 7.
Bulldogs now trying to do what the Technicians defense was able to do early on in the game, come up with a goal line stand. Taylor had a shot there trying to extend the ball for the goal line. Came up a little short before the hit was delivered, and he was knocked out of bounds.
Same formation right here. This time Lovett, the deep back, power pistol. To the right hip is Taylor. Tight end goes right. Snap to Tabron. Give to Lovett. Big hole, standing up into the end zone. Touchdown. Cass Tech answers back. They're an extra point from tying the ball game. 7:25 to go.
The second half has been a lot more of the offense showing that we maybe expected coming into the game. Both offenses going down the field, going score for score. Response from each team. The Technicians offense able to march down the field right there. Really effective use of the power run game once again gets them in the end zone and a chance to tie it up.
Garza to add the extra point.
Garza down with the extra point.
Righty kicker's been perfect. Granville pointing, and a false start on Cass Tech. So they will have to add an extra 5 yards. This happened in Muskegon last week, and the Big Reds missed the extra point when it did happen.
Yeah, the Bulldog's going to take it. They're very eager to point that one out. Going to back the technicians up 5 yards and just add a little extra degree of difficulty to this extra point attempt.
25-yard attempt now. Make it for the extra point here for Garza. 7:25 to go. This to knot the ball game. Right leg strikes through the football, and that one is angling and good through the left upright. 28 all. 7:25 to go in the ball game. Granville gets the ball, looking for the lead back against the top-ranked Technicians. Weingarts is bringing a new level of confidence with their at-home maintenance service. That's right, they come to you. Their expert technicians roll right up to your delivery with genuine parts and trusted care. No loading, no drop-offs, just winning service that keeps your equipment running strong season after season. Don't sit on the sidelines. Schedule today at Weingarts.com and experience the Weingarts way. Seven minutes, 25 seconds to go. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Tim with you here. Audio coverage tonight from Cass Tech, and boy, it's been a good one. A couple of top 10 teams in the state of Michigan, and a couple of teams that I think have got some, and for good reason, deep dreams this season. One of the reigning state champions, and for the Bulldogs of Granville, after beating Muskegon week 1, going toe-to-toe with the reigning champs, even again, twice Granville failing to score inside the 10-yard line, and they're right there with the reigning champs. Fabian Garza descended away, 7:25 to go. He'll go right to left across the radio dial, or in Kuyok, in between the hashes, back to the 10-yard line to receive. Garza, right leg through the football, and an angler to the left side, taken in at the 19-yard line by Josh Crater. He runs left up the middle of the field to the 25-yard line and spins his way down to the 29. Here come the Bulldogs. They'll have to go 71 yards. Maybe most importantly, their offense been quick strike is that 7:19 number. That's what remains on the clock, and you want to take as much of that as you can to score points.
Yeah, they sure do. They've had a couple long drives here tonight, and looking for that once again. They've been able to get that fumble, that turnover that let them take the lead, and it's kind of just trying to play the possession game here. Right now they've got the advantage. They want the last possession to come in the hands of their offense with a chance to score. We'll see if this is going to be it, if they can eat that much clock, but the way their offense is moving right now, they've been very efficient.
They'll give them the 30-yard line. Jayden Terry, the run, right up the middle, diving over the 35 to the 36-yard line. Sadler, and on the stop over top of him, 6 yards on first down for Jayden Terry. 7:10 to go. Make sure you stay with us after the game, by the way, in the Center Agency post-game show is we'll be looking for the player of the game presented by the Center Agency, the play of the game from the Game Night Shop, along with, of course, the Car Center hit of the game, the Service Professor electrifying play of the game, and the GR Oral Surgery and Implants pull of the game. Knee went down 35-yard lines to make it 2nd and 5 for Granville. Back to the 35, 6:45 to go to tie ball game from Detroit. Under center, Fogelsonger, delayed handoff up the middle on to Hardiman. Hardiman sidesteps the first wave of tackles, gets 2 yards to the 37-yard line, and will make it 3rd down and 3 for the Bulldogs. 6:29 and less to go. Clock is ticking in the 4th quarter.
Hardiman very nearly running through another arm tackle right there. That would have turned that one into a big gain, but the Cass Tech defense able to hold on, bring him down. Now 3rd and short for the Bulldogs offense.
3rd and 3, 6:12 and less to go out of the tee. 2 high safeties for the Technicians. Snap to Fogelsonger, give Jayden Terry right up the middle, bursting over the 40. He's got the first down to the 40.5-yard line. He dove right away, and Jayden able to move the chains. 1st down, 6 minutes to go.
30 carries now for Jayden Terry on the night.
You're going to run out of room. Well, yeah. You did run out of room.
My stat sheets go 20 in a line, and I might be going through 2 full lines by the time this game's done, the way things are going right here, but they've continued to turn to him. He's a workhorse, and they're going to continue to feed him for the last couple minutes of this game while the offense is out there.
5 minutes, 43 seconds to go from the 41-yard line, their own side of the field. Granville, Cass Tech are all tied up right in between the hashes. Out of the power tape. Fogelsonger up the middle on the trap to DJ Hardiman. This time the defense had it read. Julian Taylor met him in the hole of the pile, pushing on each other. It'll be 2 yards on the forward progress on 1st down to Hardiman. 5:20 to go in the ball game.
This is setting up to be one of those long drives. Haven't seen that big run, but also continuing to move the football, getting 3-4 yards every carry. Already have eaten a couple minutes off the clock. This is kind of what the Bulldogs want right now, kind of lulling the Cass Tech defense to sleep a little bit and taking a bunch of time off.
Coach Stiegel looks on, hands on his hips as he got the call in. Fogelsonger under center. They gave him 3 yards. 2nd and 7, 43-yard line. Delayed give. Terry popped in the backfield, stays on his feet, reverses field, dives ahead. He's able to get the 44-yard line as Jennings was there to rip him down from the waist. Terry got popped in the backfield and able to turn it into a positive play. It will be 3rd down and 6, 44-yard line.
All second effort there from Terry to bounce off the original hit and then circle back, able to pick up a yard. That's huge. Even though it's just a yard right there, 3rd and medium, 3rd and long for the Bulldogs offense. Likely going to get 2 shots at it here. See what the play call, how aggressive they want to get on the 3rd down chance.
Have already killed 2 minutes here on this drive. We take inside, 4:03 to go as straddling under center goes Fogelsonger. Inside 4 minutes. 3rd and 6, own 44-yard line. Tied at 28. Fogelsonger out of the tee. Fake give, Jayden Terry. Bootleg left, cuts it up. Lowering the head. He's well short of the 1st down marker. He's met by Sadler, who sends him backwards 2 yards short of the 1st down. He's turned the corner. It looked like he had some room to go, but hunting in space, Sadler met him. It's 4th down. That's a very non-favorable mark for the Bulldogs, too. They're going to only give the forward progress to the 46-yard line. It's going to be 4th down and 5.
Yeah, I thought he might have picked up another yard or 2 beyond that. Fogelsonger a chance as he was turning around the left end there. Had a block from Hardiman on the outside, but the closing speed from some of the members of the secondary able to wrap him up, and a huge play right here.
Dogs are going to go for it. 28 all, 3:10 to go. 4th and 5 from their own 46-yard line. Fogelsonger under center, 2 tight end T. Defense crowding on in. Fogelsonger, hard count to the sideline. They're going to take their time, and it looks like Coach Stiegel will call his first timeout of the half. They were trying to get him to jump offside, get a free 1st down. The Cass Tech defense is fired up, and we are going to be right back. Grandville, a 4th and 5 coming on the other side of this.
Landscape of free buffet for the deer? Well, Deer Solution Repellent Service can help protect your shrubs and flowers from deer damage. Visit deersolution.com and schedule your free estimate today.
Tonight's high school football broadcasts on Michigan Sports Radio are presented by the Michigan Achievement Scholarship. Wherever your child is headed, there's free money to get them where they want to go.
Welcome back to Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio. 2:51 to go in the game. Granville, Cass Tech are tied, and the Bulldogs face a 4th down and 5 from their own 46-yard line. They went to the hard count. They called their first time out of the second half, and now Coach Stiegel is going to draw it up, and he's going to bring the offense out there. They need 5 yards to move the chains just on their own side of the field, and this is the kind of gutsy play call you have to make with the sort of offensive movement that Cass Tech has had in the second half. Granville will break the tee here to a double wing formation. Jayden Terry is the setback. Offset to the left side. Fogelsonger goes under center. Standing slot to either side here. On 4th and 5, Hardiman in motion. Fake to him, rolling right to pass. Fogelsonger across his body, throws down the middle. Wide open, caught at the 30-yard line. It's Josh Crater falling down to the 25. 1st down, Granville. What a play call.
Well, he used a very similar play call last week against Muskegon. Crater, who started the game at quarterback, gets a reception. This time checks in on this formation. Another deep post route down the field. Fogelsonger able to get enough time in the pocket, deliver a great pass down the field. Crater with enough separation, and a huge conversion right there on 4th and medium.
2:40 less to go, up to the 24-yard line. 28 all. Fogelsonger in from the sideline with a call. He'll break him on out. Dogs out of the tee. Hardiman back in the middle of Terry left. Haney right. One high safety is Sadler. Give up the middle on the trap. Hardiman sidesteps away from defenders, puts his head down to the 15. He keeps pushing. The pile's moving down to just shy of the 10-yard line to the 12 or 13. Hardiman picks up the first down. There is an injured player in behind the play. It's Antoine Hall, the sophomore defensive tackle for Cass Tech. The clock stops with 2:09 to go. 28 all. Coach Stiegel. Chandler, let's go back to Chandler's chalkboard in the pregame. We talked about it. How far in his bag can Coach Stiegel go? How about that formation? That's a true flex bone.
Yeah.
Slot either side, double wing, single back. They go play action on a reverse action on the play action boot, and Josh Crater again as a receiver down the field is open, and the Bulldogs, in the biggest moment of a very young season so far, convert.
Yeah, a huge one right there, and a risky play call, but that's one that they've kind of been showing now for a couple weeks. It's a formation that they practice, and saving that one for just the right time right there. They've shown a couple unique looks on some of the two-point conversions, didn't have much success with it, but right there on 4th and 5, mixing it up right there, going Vogelsonger to Crater once again for the second straight week for the big connection.
There's a couple Hudsonville, Grandville area Michigan Sports Radio partners that in the fast-moving game haven't got a chance to get to a ton so far. I want to give them a mention. We'll get them next week, and certainly a lot as well. Bruce's Blacktop, High-Tone Cleaners, Pinnacle Heating and Cooling, along with Angela Reed Homes Real Estate by 5 Star. I want to thank them. Those are Hudsonville, Grandville area Michigan Sports Radio sponsors. We want to get a shout out on. We'll get their full ad reads in later tonight and into future weeks as well. It's been a fast-moving game so far. 2:09 to go. Thanks to the Center Agency, of course, as well. You've seen Bennett up on your screen all game long. 2:09 to go. Grandville up to the 13-yard line, tied at 28. Killing clock is just as operative as anything. Both teams have 2 timeouts remaining, and the Bulldogs will break it out here. Jeffrey Vogelsonger goes under center. Jarzma, the tight end, to the left. Naraki to the tight end to the right. Terry left to right, then Hardiman and Haney in the backfield. 2 high safeties back to around the 5-yard line here. Vogelsonger taking his time. Penalty marker flies in. Both teams pointing at each other on this one. And it looks like it's coming backwards against the Bulldogs. Everyone's still pointing at each other.
Yeah, there was the officials again. I think one official thought a timeout had got called, but I believe the call, timeout, I think is going to be awarded to Cass Tech. I believe the penalty was going to be on the Bulldogs for a false start.
Interesting. I think you were correct. So another little mistake right there from the technicians. Not quite sure what was going on. And technician's sideline is not angry about it. So that is what they were whistling in the timeout right there, not liking how something was setting up. And now 2:02 to go. Only 1 timeout remaining. So the Bulldogs can kill some clock right here. How much trust do you have in Owen Vasquez? That becomes a story as well.
Earlier on in the game, went for it on 4th down and in field goal range and didn't get it this time. And now, especially after that timeout right there, that's huge because, of course, Cass Tech wants their defense organized and have to be ready for this snap right there. But at the same time, you're just lost the chance to stop the clock and maybe try to buy some time to get your offense back out there. Instead, going to reset the defense and potentially avoided a penalty flag as well.
3 touchdowns for Jayden Terry, 1 more for DJ Hardiman for the Bulldogs. Fresh set of downs from the 13-yard line. 2:02 to go. All tied at 28 from Cass Tech. Detroit has been rocking here tonight. Best game going on in the city tonight, that's for sure. Vogelsonger, turn, give, Jayden Terry up the middle. Jumps to the line of scrimmage, over the 10, and into a pile that pushes down to around the 9-yard line. In from safety there over top, including on the stop is Emery Jones the third. And a decent gainer there for Jade, and the mark is going to be the 10, so make it 2nd down and 7 to the 10-yard line here. Both teams back to their sidelines. Is there a official timeout or a timeout awarded to one of the 2 teams? I would think Cass Tech would be the one burning them, but I didn't see a signal from the official.
I haven't seen the motion either, but I also assume that this timeout taken by the technicians is they're going to elect to use their timeout early on here after the first down run.
We want to acknowledge Mr. Jermaine Jackson, former Detroit Queen, and outstanding basketball player.
So the clock stops with 1:54 to go. Granville 2nd and 7 up to the 10-yard line, and it's high ball game. And the number one goal is getting the ball to the 2 here, maybe before even scoring it. All right, Dogs out of the tee. They flip Haney and Terry. Terry goes right, Haney goes left here in the formation, something that Coach Stiegel's been more willing to do this year. 2 tight end look here. Defense is all low in the box. They got darn near 11 guys in the box here for Cass Tech. Jayden Terry up the middle, stonewalled at the line of scrimmage. Polk met him in the hole over left guard. Jayden pushed it to the 10, no further. He got right back where he started. 3rd and 7, 10-yard line. Clock is going to tick around a minute to go by the time the Bulldogs snap this one.
Cass Tech defense all over that one. They had switched Haney and Terry, as you mentioned, trying to get Terry running to the wide side of the field, but the technicians recognizing that as well, able to force Terry back between the tackles, stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Now the clock going to continue to run, and I have to imagine keep it on the ground here, and then you've got a decision to make if you don't pick up the first down or get into the end zone.
3rd and 7, 10-yard line. Clock ticking on down inside, 1:10 to go. Fogelsonger on the side. It looks like Coach Stiegel's going to be willing to take this clock all the way down and call a timeout. That's what he does with 1:04 to go. Coach Stiegel uses his timeout. We'll stay with you through the timeout here, thanks to the Bennett Center Farmers Insurance Agency. Their information on screen all game long in Wyoming. 1:04 to go, 3rd and 7 right here. Curious what kind of play call you draw up. Of course, it has to stay on the ground above all.
Yeah, exactly. You keep the ball on the ground here. You ensure that the clock will run, and you can take it down to 20 seconds or so before you maybe use a timeout and think about what you're going to do and if you're going for the field goal. But Jayden Terry's had 33 carries on the night. It's never a bad option to give him the ball, but Hardiman also has been fantastic on some of the runs that he's had, really tough through the middle of the line. I think you have to expect Cass Tech knows Jayden Terry's been the focal point. Maybe you can catch him off guard one more time with that trap up the middle.
How close do you get till you're willing to go for it on 4th down?
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be
a decision you don't want to make.
Yeah, that's when Coach Stiegel right now is like, just pick this up and make it easy on me.
Or lose 5 yards. 1:04 to go. 3rd and 7, Grandville. We're tied at 28. Fogelsonger. The Dogs will keep the straight tee out for the senior quarterback. Hardiman in the middle of Terry left and Haney right. High safety crowding in. Delayed give. It's on to Hardiman out of the pile over the 10 down to the 9-yard line. They're still fighting each other at the bottom of it. Clock will run down inside. 54 seconds to go. And I see Vasquez up and moving down the sideline. I don't think they got enough to necessitate thinking about it. He'll take the clock all the way down. And I believe we are going to see the senior Vasquez look to be the hero for the Bulldogs tonight. Coach Stiegel will let this clock bleed on down. We'll go inside 30 seconds to go, and he will call his final timeout right here, Chandler.
Yeah, they went with the fullback trap, and Hardiman only picked up a yard, if that. But I think one of the bright sides of that as well is that you keep the ball right in the middle of the field between the hash marks. If you go to one of those stretch runs, you're probably kicking from the left or right. Instead, run it up the middle, keep it in the middle for potential field goal. That had to be in the back of the mind of Coach Stiegel.
So the timeout is with 11.5 on the clock here, so you'll leave a little bit of time for Cass Tech to do something, but the Bulldogs are going to let Vasquez try to be the hero here tonight. What a game. What a statement. Again, if you're just joining us, Granville twice inside the 10-yard line fail to score points, but also they got an onside kick. They got a turnover as well. Man, there's been a lot in this ball game, and now 11.5 seconds to go. It'll be the senior kicker Vasquez for the Bulldogs, looking to strike through and looking to send the Bulldogs potentially back across the state winners. Owen Vasquez. It will be Fogelsonger to hold. The attempt is 25 yards from right in between the hashes. Snap, got past Fogelsonger, but a penalty marker down. I think the Bulldogs got him to jump. Unbelievable. I think they got the free first down. The Cass Tech sideline can't believe it. And neither can I.
Yeah, Coach Rushing just standing with his hands on his knees, cannot believe it. And it looked like for a minute a disaster right there as the snap flew by Fogelsonger. He was not looking for it. It looked like it was going to be maybe a scoop and score for the technicians, but the penalty flag came in. I believe it was along the line. I'm waiting for the official call yet exactly what this is going to be, but
discussing it with the Cass Tech sideline right now. Coach Rushing trying to calm his team down. But at this point in time, 11.5 seconds to go, no timeout in your pocket. All this does is likely make that field goal 5 yards shorter.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want to get too risky here if you get tackled in bounds and the clock runs. Yeah, looks like they're just going to run the field goal unit right back out there.
All right, this time it will be from 20 yards for Vasquez. Or check that. They got to get this. Vasquez going back to the sideline. There's some miscommunication on where this ball needs to be put down. Coach Stiegel is incredibly unhappy. I don't know the confusion, but Grandville, I think, they're late getting guys on the field right here. Coach Stiegel was trying to get the offense out there. And that's a delay of game now on Grandville. So there was some miscommunication because no penalty ever got marked out, changing yardage after that play.
Yeah.
And then Grandville running guys on and off the field because I think they weren't sure if it was fourth down or first down. Now, 11.5 seconds out there, they got the offense out, and Grandville's backed up to the 15-yard line. So now the Dogs backed up to the 15. They'll have a slot to either side. It's 4th and 11 from the 15-yard line for Grandville. 11 seconds to go. Hardiman in motion. Fake to him. Fogelsonger to throw. Left side. Hardiman catches it at the 10. Gets blown up. Pushes his way down towards the 5. 3 seconds on the clock. He doesn't have enough for the first down. 2.2 seconds left. And Cass Tech gets the football. It was the safety army that made the stop. One of the most confusing sequences I've seen in a long time, and Cass Tech gets the ball, and it looks like we're going to overtime after all of that.
Yeah, lots of confusion there on both sides, I think, as we had penalty flags thrown, no yardage marked off, units trying to swap on and off, and all that resulting in a 4th and long attempt by the offense. Hardiman was open on the wheel route, but strong tackle in the secondary wrapped him up a couple yards short, and now Cass Tech, the offense, going to find the field for one more snap. Likely nothing too aggressive with 2 seconds to go. We're going to see overtime, but really, really weird sequence there as the Bulldogs initially were lined up to try to kick the field goal to win the football game, and instead run the offense back out there and come up a little short.
2.2 seconds on the clock. So we're going to have to get an explanation after the game of what was going on in the miscommunication on where that ball was supposed to mark. Because again, you have the penalty marker down, so it must have been waved off. Granville thought the penalty was going to get on. They were trying to get an offensive play out there maybe. I don't know. That's a very interesting sequence, and here come the technicians now. Tabron backs into the gun. 4 wide receivers set. He starts at his own 7-yard line. Snap at the chest. Tabron will hesitate, and he'll kneel it at the 1-yard line. He almost kneeled that in the end zone. Zeros across the clock. Could you imagine? Zeros across the clock. We go to overtime. All right, we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to reset, and we're going to be right back here from Cass Tech. The technicians, the Bulldogs, going to OT.
Folks, this one wins the series. Struck out with the cheap seats. Important things aren't worth compromising. At Farmers, we offer both quality insurance and great savings. Here, take mine.
We are Farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Game night is presented in part by Farmers Insurance, Bennett Center Agency, for all auto, home, specialty, life, and commercial insurance. See what a center can do for you.
The Game Night Shop is back for 2025 and restocked with new designs for the new season, along with classic bestsellers like the Granville vs. Everyone Power T-shirts. Show your support for game night and our Granville Bulldogs coverage with exclusive designs of t-shirts, hoodies, crew necks, hats, beanies, drinkware, stickers, and much more. Visit MichiganGameNight.com/shop to check it out today. All right, welcome back. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer here, downtown Detroit. So we're working on getting things sorted out. Granville coaching box even right now still trying to work things out. Understanding potentially that penalty going back, maybe an illegal substitution was what the call was. That's why there was some confusion over whether or not Granville was able to get that kicker on the field for the next play or not. But again, like we said, the ball didn't get marked. So there's a penalty, and then the ball stayed where it was, and the penalty didn't get called until after the delay of game that followed, and then Granville runs an offensive play after that. I don't know. I know the audience wants to know what happened, but it's a little confusion. A lot of confusion even in the coach's box right now.
Okay. So we're just hearing there wasn't a mouth guard, so they made Vasquez come off because he didn't have the mouth guard for that play. I was going to say, the officials went over and were telling Vasquez to get off the field. We were unsure of exactly why and why they would be the ones telling him to get off. That makes a lot more sense now. So at the last minute, Coach Stiegel realizing he can't have his kicker out on the field, so has to run the offense on at the last second, get a play call in, and try to convert the fourth down rather than go for the field goal attempt.
Wow. So, captain's getting things set right now for overtime. There have been some odd sequences in this ball game, and that one might take the cake. So, Granville kicker Vasquez didn't have the mouth guard in, got sent off the field, and that is where all the chaos afterwards ensues. And here we go to overtime. The Bulldogs looking to pull it off on the road against the top team in the state. And it's going to be the Granville offense that will start. So Cass Tech won the toss. They elect to get the defense out there. And we begin overtime. Granville has not been in an overtime since Rockford of 21, I believe, is the last time off the top of my head that I can immediately remember them in overtime. Of course, we remember the triple overtime game against Rockford the year before in the playoffs. There was an East Kentwood playoff for overtime year as well, but the Bulldogs in overtime looking to pull the statement here on the road. They start at the 10-yard line.
It's overtime. Both teams will possess the ball.
And the Dogs will break out the tee. Tight end left is Jarzma. Tight end right, Garrett Naraki. Terry, Hardiman, Haney, Fogelsonger under center. Two eye safeties back at the goal line. Jayden Terry will stretch right, cuts at the 10, dives to the 6-yard line. Charging in from safety. The contact from the legs made by LaMarcus Army, the sophomore, who's got 3 Division I offers. So Granville gets a good 4 on first down, up to the 6.5-yard line with Jayden Terry.
Second goal from the 8-yard line.
Fogelsonger under center. He'll turn and give to Jayden Terry. Straight into the pile at the 5. Forward progress, maybe the 4. Stovall stands him up and comes in on the stop. Correction as well, it's Kuyok in at fullback, so still no DJ Hardiman. Oren Kuyok will start overtime here at the fullback spot for the Bulldogs.
Back-to-back carries for Jayden Terry now, and overtime, he's got 35 carries on the night, and they're just going to continue to feed him now. 5 yards to try to get in 2 downs likely here.
3rd and goal, 5-yard line. Fogelsonger will go under center, out of the tee. Delayed give to Terry, bootleg keeper. Fogelsonger at the 5, turns the corner, laid out at the 2. Unable to dive to the end zone, hunted down off the edge by Colin Sumter on the stop. Granville's got 2 yards to go on 4th down. Technicians defense looking for their 3rd stop inside the 10-yard line.
This is the area they've had the most success with their defense on the field. They've been able to make some plays with a short field behind them. Once again, able to take the Bulldogs to the brink here on 4th down and what would be a massive stop.
4th and goal from the 2, first overtime. Dogs out of the tee. Fogelsonger under center. Fakes or does give it on to Terry, piling towards the goal line, waiting for the signal. Naraki signaled touchdown. I don't think he got it. He didn't. Sadler came jumping out of the pile. Jayden Terry dives, but he doesn't have enough. Oh, it was close. Terry can't get in, and the technicians just need to score to survive at home.
Well, they give it to Tank on 4th down, a couple of yards to get. Makes a jump cut and launches himself, trying to kind of get on top of the pile and then wiggle his way across the goal line, but the Cass Tech defender's able to drag him to the ground inside the pile. I'm sure there was some movement going on in there, but just short. Marked him down inside the 1-yard line, and another fantastic stand by the Cass Tech defense. They've been giving up some yards. The Bulldogs have moved the ball really well, but the technicians have found a way inside the 10-yard line to get off the field and make some plays defensively.
All right, here comes Tabron, the sophomore quarterback. He's got a sophomore running back, Julian Taylor, with him. He's also got the senior running back, Lovett. Split back shotgun set from the 10-yard line. 3 wide receivers. Bulldogs showing some pressure with Naraki off the right edge. Snap of the chest. Delayed give on to Lovett. Breaking left. Stiff arm at the 11. Turns the corner. Knocked out of bounds by Haney and Brown to the 6 or the 7-yard line. They nearly had him wrestle in the backfield, but Lovett able to stay upright and get some yardage out of it. Good mark for the technicians, who will give them the 6-yard line. 2nd down and goal, 6-yard line, first overtime. Granville stuffed right at the goal line, and the technicians looking to send the Bulldog faithful back to Granville unhappy with the way a wild one ended here today. Out of the pistol, 2 backs in the backfield. Snap to Tabron, delay give on to Taylor at the 5. With his legs being grabbed onto by Terry, dives down to the 3-yard line, 3rd and goal.
Wyman able to get off the block and force Taylor to have to bounce that one a little bit, but still picking up some good yards right there. Now inside the 5-yard line. The technicians using their 2 powerful backs all night long. Lovett and Taylor both been really effective on under 10 carries. Lovett 6 carries for 85 yards. Taylor 8 carries, 122.
They bring the muscle in. Stovall and Thomas both in, tight end off either side of the line. And the big back Lovett out of the pistol on 3rd and goal from the 3. A give to Lovett, fumble, and he drops back on the football at the 2. Oh my goodness, another fumble from Lovett. This time he falls on it. 4th and goal, 2-yard line. Granville has life.
Yeah, trouble with the handoff exchange right there, as Tabron was trying to put it right in the chest. The ball just bounced free, and fortunately for the technicians, able to jump back on top of it there. Nearly a disaster for them, and would have kept the Bulldogs alive if they could have jumped on it. Instead, now 4th down, and Cass Tech gonna have to see if they're sending the field goal unit out there to try to hit this one between the uprights.
4th and goal, 4-yard line. They lost some ground, and Cass Tech will take a timeout to talk about it here. A game that has had more twists and turns than you could possibly ever imagine, and you can't even begin to talk about it. And getting a pumps up speech on the sideline and sprinting onto the field is Fabian Garza, the senior kicker for the technicians, who's going to get the chance that his counterpart never got on the other side of the field. So in overtime, it will be a field goal try to beat the Bulldogs after all the offense in this game. If the back and forth nature of the ball game, the fact that it winds up coming down to a couple of stops and at least maybe a force to a field goal try in overtime, that really stands out to you.
I said plenty of leg on the extra points, has been able to knock those through. One thing to note, the Bulldogs, when they were attempting to set up the field goal earlier, kept it between the hashes. This time, because of the fumble, ball bouncing all the way to the left hash, going to make this a little bit more of a difficult angle, even though it's a pretty short distance.
Left hash for a right-footed kicker. They'll set up at the 11-yard line. 21-yarder here for the win for Fabian Garza. And Granville will ice the kicker, as you would expect. There's going to be a lot to debrief this week on Dogs Plus. You can find it on the Michigan Game Night YouTube page. We'll have it out probably Tuesday or Wednesday night. We'll have to check what the schedule exactly is going to be. Make sure you stay tuned to @MI Game Night on social media. That's where we'll exactly be able to tell you where and what the game plan is going to be for us. But I think there's going to be a lot to discuss, and it's not necessarily going to be about the West Ottawa game coming up next Friday.
No, not at all. We might have to just record this on the drive back to the east side of the state, or the west side of the state from the east side of the state.
If we went live, if we just kept the broadcast going for the next 4 hours, would people tune in? All right, a 21-yarder again from the left hash here for Fabian Garza. He looks to be the hero. Grandville got walked off in the season opener last year with a field goal against Pickerington North. Game that felt very similar to this one with some of what happened. And Garza will look to nail it. The senior's been perfect on 4 extra point tries so far. 21 yards, left hash mark, right-footed kicker for the win in overtime. High snaps held, right leg through the football, angling towards the left upright. It's good. Cass Tech walks off the Bulldogs, and the technicians stay unbeaten, and the top team in the state has an answer in overtime. 31-28, the final. They mob Garza. Lifted on the shoulders of his teammates at the 30-yard line. Fabian Garza jumping back down the near sideline. Granville will align for the handshakes. But if nothing else, the Bulldogs, I think, made a statement that they deserve to be on the same field tonight as the top team in the state. We only hope maybe there will be another meeting of these two teams coming just over our shoulder in a few months here. We got a lot to get to in the Center Agency postgame show. Don't go anywhere.
It's happening again. The internet froze. It's just buffering over and over.
Sounds like we need faster internet.
Back to school starts with better internet. Get Surf Fiber Fast Internet today for just $30 a month with AutoPay. Visit surfinternet.com.
Hi, my name is Anna Wypich, the 2025 Miss Basketball. For athletes and busy students, getting your wisdom teeth removed can kind of seem like a big deal. But here at the Center for Oral Surgery and Dental Implants, they make it a comfortable experience. They also help with dental implants and tooth extractions. For great oral care when you need it, call the Center for Oral Surgery today.
We'll fix it in a snap.
You hear that? That's Service Professor fixing your drain, sewer, plumbing, electrical, heating, or cooling, and fixing it in a snap.
Service Professor will fix it in a snap.
Uccello's Restaurante is where great food and sports come together. There's something for everyone, from a variety of handcrafted pizzas along with classic Italian dishes. With over 50 plus TVs on each location, you won't miss any action of the big game. Plus, they deliver. To check out their menu or order online, go to uccellos.com. Check us out to see why we're the #1 sports lounge in the area.
Is your landscape a free buffet for the deer? Well, Deer Solution Repellent Service can help protect your shrubs and flowers from deer damage. Visit deersolution.com and schedule your free estimate today.
Tonight's high school football broadcasts on Michigan Sports Radio are presented by the Michigan Achievement Scholarship. Wherever your child is headed, there's free money to get them where they want to go.
Welcome back to game night. Where do you even begin? 31-28, Cass Tech holds off Granville in overtime. They are the winners. Fabian Garza is the hero. He nails a 21-yard field goal to send the technicians home happy. A long drive to back to their side of the state for the Bulldog faithful here tonight. Chandler, I'll hand over to you for some stats. First, we'll take a look at some highlights and hand out some awards and get out of here.
All right, we'll start on the Cass Tech side. On the ground, Lovett had 84 yards, Taylor 122, Hendricks with 12. Through the air, Tabron had 6 completions for 112 yards, 106 of those yards to Sadler, 6 to Griggs for the Bulldogs. On the ground, Jayden Terry led the way, 36 carries, 196 yards. Hardiman, also impressive, 18 carries for 158. Haney had 29. Vogelsonger had 19 yards, 62 through the air for Vogelsonger, 25 to Terry, 30 to Crater, and 7 to Hardiman.
All right, let's take a look at some second half highlights in this ball game, and we start with one we might be hearing about earlier, or we might be hearing about later as well. DJ Hardiman with one heck of a TD run.
Breaks into the open field 30, at the 25, Eagles left 20, getting caught from behind the 10, pulls through the tackle, into the end zone, touchdown Granville, Dogs lead it 18-14, DJ Hardiman, 49 to the house.
Jayden Terry was big too, he had 3 touchdowns. This was the third one to give Granville the lead. Crowds from the goal line on up. Vogelsonger give Jayden Terry breaking right, diving for the end zone. Touchdown Granville! Touchdown Jayden Terry, third of the night. It's 26-21 Granville. Then there was some chaos before we went to overtime, and eventually things end. Let's hand out some awards. We start with the Carcenter hit of the game. We go back to the first half. It was Jayden Terry. It was a first down run, but Jayden wanted to make a statement in this ball game, and he laid the lumber in the open field, sending down C.J. Sadler. They met each other a couple times in this game. Jayden wanted to make a statement. There were some big hits thrown in this one, but that was a very big one in the open field by Jayden.
Yeah, it sure was. Those two were kind of seeking each other out all night long, as you said. Once defensively, where Terry on defense, Sadler on offense, and then that time right there, Terry lowering the shoulder, initiating some contact out in the open field. As those two colliding once again.
Taking a look at our service professor, electrifying play of the game. A lot of touchdowns in there, but I think it was a non-touchdown that probably stood out. Jayden Terry there's the great run by Hardiman. Jayden Terry had one of the more electrifying, bouncing runs of the game. Jayden was absolutely incredible tonight, start to finish. The team doesn't get the win, but he made a statement.
Yeah, he sure did. Another really impressive night from him. That run where he was completely bottled up. There was a large pile in the middle of the field, and he bounced out of it and kind of got the offense rolling. It had been a slow game with the style and the way the Bulldogs controlled the clock in the first half, and then things kind of opened up. Jayden Terry, another huge performance for him.
GR Oral Surgery and Implants poll of the game. We go to Cass Tech. You got to go to Joshua Paramore, their left guard. A couple of times they ran power runs to the right, zone runs as well, but a couple of times they pulled that guard, including the long opening touchdown run that they got out of Carson Lovett that really opened it up. They were big. This is a team that's known for their explosive down the field, but they did a very good job in the trenches, and the run game was dominant tonight.
Yeah, it sure was all night long. It didn't take a ton of carries to put up some pretty big numbers for both of their featured backs here tonight, and that offensive line gets a lot of credit. They've got some big guys along the line, but they also can get out and move a little bit, get out into that second level and turn some of those medium runs into long touchdown runs as we saw here tonight.
All right, one last quick break. We'll wrap it up here on the Center Agency postgame show from Detroit.
Upgrade to Music Jams Premium to get uninterrupted listening on all your favorite tunes. Click here to start your 7-day free trial.
If it's important, it's not worth compromising. Which is why with Farmers, you don't have to compromise quality to get great savings on your insurance. I got this.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Game night is presented in part by Farmers Insurance, Bennett Center Agency, for all auto, home, specialty, life, and commercial insurance. See what a center can do for you. The Game Night Shop is back for 2025 and restocked with new designs for the new season, along with classic bestsellers like the Granville vs. Everyone Power T-shirts. Show your support for Game Night and our Granville Bulldogs coverage with exclusive designs of T-shirts, hoodies, crew necks, hats, beanies, drinkware, stickers, and much more. Visit MichiganGameNight.com/shop to check it out today. right, welcome back. Let's wrap it up. Center Agency Post-Game Show, 31-28 in overtime. Cass Tech, the winners tonight. CT. We'll hand out some final awards with this one. We begin with the Center Agency Player of the Game. The run game was big. You can look to Taylor. You can look to Lovett. But Taylor especially, the sophomore. Julian Taylor was incredible on the ground with some big ones, especially serving as a power back. So Julian Taylor will pick up our Player of the Game award. He's pretty good on defense as well.
Yeah, he sure was. Had a couple big runs for him, led the way. Heard the stat line a minute ago. 8 carries, 122 yards. A 59-yarder is in there as well, and just was a really physical presence for them out of that backfield the entire night. A couple touchdowns to go along with it, and a really strong performance to lead the offense for Cass Tech.
All right, last award, the Game Night Shop Play of the Game. Fabian Garza from 21 yards out, the game winner tonight in overtime. Through the football, angling towards the left upright, it's good. Cass Tech walks off the Bulldogs, and the technicians stay unbeaten, and the top team in the state. A game that's going to sting for a while, Chandler, for the Bulldogs, but it may sting, but made a statement like we said tonight. They proved that there's a little bit of chaos out there, but Grandville proved they deserve to be on the field tonight with the top team, the reigning state champions for sure.
Yeah, no, they sure did, and I think there's a couple ways you can kind of look at it. On one hand, it's a heartbreaking loss because you're right in it, had a chance to win it, and just some kind of chaos at the end that we'll have to get the complete story on yet as the week goes along. But at the same time, there was some missed opportunities that they had in there as well. They can probably walk away from this game saying we played with them and we had more missed opportunities than they did that we could have capitalized on, and we probably win the football game. I mean, you never know because it was early, but it's just a few of the things that I'm sure is going to be in the back of mind of all the players and coaches. But either way, even though they lost this football game, showed that they can play with what was the best team in the state last year, and it looks like they're poised to be that once again. And for as many of the comparisons we had to the Pickerington North game last year, I have a very similar feeling kind of walking away from this one where you played extremely talented team on the other side. Tough loss. That one's definitely going to sting. With last year, we were able to kind of turn that around eventually and went on a postseason run. And I kind of got to do the exact same thing with this one here after a tough loss to Cass Tech.
Yeah, Grandville falls to 1-1 on the year, 2-0 start for the top-ranked team in the state of Michigan, the Technicians. Grandville next week begins OK Red play at West Ottawa. We will have radio coverage of that one at Game Night. You actually have the week off, so Aiden Lynch will be joining us. Saw him on some broadcasts last year, so excited to have him. But you will have the two of us next week. Again, at MI Game Night on social media, find us there. But you will have the two of us next week on Dogs Plus, our YouTube show. Make sure you stay tuned for that. We'll have a Grandville player interview, a captain interview, but also we're going to break it down. And there's a lot in longer form to break down. And I think once we get the full story of the way it ended, mixed with a lot of chaos throughout the game on the whole in this one, I think it'll be better to be able to break some things down then, take the big picture, but also be able to break down some of the minutia of what was a very, very odd football game tonight, a thrilling football game, and Cass Tech, the Technicians, will remain ranked as the top team in the state of Michigan at the end of it. Chandler Timmer, Nate Dreyer, thanks for tuning in tonight. What a game it was, 31-28. The Technicians stay perfect in their title defense. We'll see everyone this week on YouTube and back next Friday night live from West Ottawa.